Of course.
He tries to be. He be on some
Hey,
bullshit
fuck
every
you.
once in a while.
What? I'll beat your ass, bro. Hey, I swear to God, that's my favorite drop, man.
Yeah, but they keep blocking it.
Wait,
every
what?
time we do that drop, they mute it in like 29 countries.
Oh yeah. Well, here you
I
go.
check it every week. Yeah, they gonna mute that too.
Oh goodness.
Damn, man.
They gonna mute that too.
Why they petty like
playing
that,
with
man?
us.
I don't think so. The Price is Right one doesn't have a copyright on it. So
It doesn't?
nope.
Look at
That's
Everett
weird.
doing research. Look at him knowing shit.
That's weird as hell.
Oh.
You welcome.
You welcome. But yeah, Bobby, I'm sorry. That's just how I had to go.
Hey, man, bro, don't talk to me no more. I don't want to hear.
Man.
Can I mute him?
No.
Let me.
No.
Hold on. Oh,
That's not how
I
this
see
works.
shit up here. Up, mute. Ah. All right, so how y'all doing today?
The funny part is, Bobby, we're both the host, so I can unmute myself. That's kind of how that works.
Mute, unmute, back and forth.
That's kind of how that works.
Anytime he talking, yeah, I mean it's a wrap.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Yeah, we here. What's up,
What's
everybody?
good, everybody?
Hey.
Good afternoon. Good Saturday morning. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Bro.
Whatever y'all. If y'all watching this, good afternoon. Not really, because you could be watching it whenever, because we on YouTube.
We're recording in the afternoon.
Yeah, we're recording in the afternoon.
So
it's a nice Saturday afternoon. It's kind of almost rainy.
Oh, it's dry here.
Yeah, it ain't raining over. It's sprinkling over my way.
Oh. I'm in a different country.
So
I'm in Amelia.
You're in Amelia.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's a different country for sure.
Yeah.
That's definitely a different country.
Man, that is rural.
It is.
Were you over there about 125? Are you?
Where you say you was?
I'm in Amelia.
Oh shit, she all the way out east.
Oh wow.
She Claremont County and shit.
Oh yes. Different tops and everything.
That's where they breed meth heads.
Cows.
That's where they breed meth heads.
I don't disagree. There's a meth there's a Kroger down the road and a mobile meth lab exploded like 5 years ago. And I was like, the hell?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I used to live out east. I already know how I go out there.
Yeah, they're cleaning it up. They're starting to gentrify it, which is interesting to see them gentrify a white space. It's like, oh, okay, I guess.
Trying to get them meth heads out of there.
It's working slowly but surely.
Hey,
that's funny as shit.
Say words.
I'm working on it, G. So we're gonna start. Now I'm gonna start with a stupid ass joke, and then I'm gonna get into my bullshit. I saw this real dumbass joke the other day, and I laughed at it. So now I gotta show y'all.
Yeah, it's Breaking Bad out there. Yeah, Walter
It's
White.
definitely Breaking Bad in Amelia.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, wait. I'm not involved in it. I'm not involved in the Breaking Bad.
Hey,
Good afternoon.
What's up?
Bean our number one fan now.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know who it was before, but it's Bean now.
It used to be Tiffany.
Yeah, I haven't seen her.
It was Tiffany for a minute.
Yeah, we ain't seen her since we featured her on the episode.
Yeah, for real. She don't fuck with us no more.
Right. Is it because you didn't give her a proper introduction?
No. We do introduction after all our bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think, even though I do fuck with Tiffany, I think I'll having a woman on that first time, I was just asking random ass shit, and we was fucking with her because we was all cool with her. So I think we was, we went a little bit too hard. Pause. But yeah, it was one of those type of things.
Okay.
But yeah, she's told me since then that she'll come back. So I ain't really tripping. She'll be back.
Okay.
But no, for my joke, right? So there's 3 guys walking through the woods. They find a genie. Genie's been in there longer than he's ever been in his lamp. They rub the lamp. He comes out. He said, y'all, I've been in here so long. I'll grant all of y'all 3 wishes. 3 guys. So the first guy, he was like, you know what? I wish I was a billionaire. He's like, boom, you're a billionaire. Second guy says, I wish I was the richest man on earth. Boom, richest man on earth. Third guy says, I wish my left arm rotated clockwise forever. So his arm started rotating clockwise. First guy come for his second wish. He said, I wish that I had the best looking wife in the world. So beautiful girl just pops out of nowhere, grabs his arm, whatever. Second guy said, I wish I was irresistible to women. Puff a cloud. The other guy's wife looks at him and starts to walk over him, grabs his arm. Third guy was like, I wish my right arm would rotate counterclockwise forever. So his whatever.
It's about to be some dumbass shit.
Yeah.
Visualizing
It's stupid as fuck. It's the dumbest joke I ever heard, but it was hilarious to me. I like dumbass jokes. So he was like, okay, this is your third wish. Think about it. Figure out what's going on, blah, 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 blah. He's like, all right. So first guy came back. He was like, I wish that my family will never go broke for the rest of my life. He's like, all right, got it. And so I think he gave him like the knowledge about stocks and how to invest his money, that type of stuff. Second guy was like, I wish I was 25 forever. And he started getting younger after the wish was granted. Third guy was like, I wish my head would nod like this for the rest of my life. So all three wishes, they go about their other way. And like 10 years later or something like that, they meet up at some fundraiser. And the guy was like, oh my God, I still look 25. I did disinvestments. People regard me as a philanthropist, and I'm this and I'm that. And I'm still the richest man on earth. And the other guy was like, oh, I've created this charity and that charity. And I'm doing all of this and that. And my wife is great in bed. And the second guy was like, yeah, she is. And then they kind of... And then the third guy walks in with his arms flat on his head bob, and he was like, hey, guys, I think I fucked up. And that was the end of the joke.
Ever hit him with a... There you go.
That shit was funny as fuck to me, bro. That was funny as hell to me, man.
We lost Bobby.
We did lose Bobby. Yachi, what's poppin', my G?
What's going on? Brandon,
That's funny.
That was terrible.
It was.
You get another one.
Hey, when I heard that shit, that was the funniest shit in the world to me. So
that's wild.
Look at Brandon's sense of humor. Look what he
y'all can judge me. Y'all can judge me. I'm stupid.
We are.
Definitely
I'm stupid, and I like stupid
Welcome
shit.
to episode 68.
Yeah,
Brandon,
for sure.
What's going on, people?
He's spitting dumbass jokes.
Good afternoon. Welcome to episode 68 on the Normal Convos Pod. I am your host, Brandon, aka the Podfather, aka Perfect Family Man, aka Soccer Father, aka Not So Basketball Father. In a minute, aka a whole bunch of other shit. We got too much to get into today, so I ain't going through all my AKAs. And I'm here with my guys, of course. We pass it over to my guy Bobby. What's popping?
Oh yeah, hey, this Bobby, aka Aries the God, aka the Reference God, aka the Graphic Shirt God in this motherfucker, aka God, aka King Petty's, Petty Spaghetti, Petty White, Deacon Petty Wop, Pod man. I ain't about to go through all this shit, man. Y'all know I'm the AKA God in this motherfucker. How about that?
AKA.
Right, exactly.
What's going on, people? Yo, this your boy Everett, aka the Medium Shirt Daddy, aka I get the mother and the daughter, aka preferably the daughter, aka a whole bunch of other stuff. That's all we need right now. We are here with a special guest, y'all. So,
yes, for sure. Can we get the applause, E? Can we get the applause for our guest today?
Please and thank you.
Yeah. Everybody, please help us welcome to episode 68, the incomparable Alishia Lee. This woman is a playwright. She is an actress. She is a model. She is a fashion designer. She is a creator of all things amazingness. I have been tuned in with her for the past 3 or 4 months or so. We'll get to that a little bit later in the show. The guys are just meeting her today, but we want to formally welcome you to the conversation, Alishia.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to chat with you guys. I'm pumped. So thanks for having me. Yeah, I haven't studied my AKA list, but I do a lot. I do a whole lot, and I got a real job too. So
hey, that's okay. Good. All that, everything I just named is a real job.
True story. Like other people pay me to do a lot of stuff. Like I'm a talent acquisition inclusion director, so I go around teaching non-brown people how to be better.
Okay. I need to do that. I need to get in on that.
They pay me to tell them that they're a little racist. They paid me to tell them how not to be assholes. So.
Oh, wow.
I love it. Yes, I do. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, B.
You need to put that in your bio. You should definitely put that in your bio. I teach non-brown people how to be cool.
Yes. And not TikTok dance cool. Like pay us more cool.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yes.
There's a difference.
You can take TikTok dance in your garage. I'm gonna tell you how to cut the check and promote us and make us money and listen to our cool ideas. Bitch. Exactly. Respectfully, disrespectfully, cut the check.
Yeah, for sure.
CTC, cut the check.
We'll talk about that offline, but I'm happy to come to your job. Get your people straight.
So I'm tired of pizza.
What?
Sorry, Bing.
What?
I don't know where your man he'll be popping in here at some point, probably.
Oh yeah, ready to take you to Wakanda.
So yeah, man.
We here lurking now.
Oh yeah, for sure. So we'll start today with my bullshit, of course. I got 2 sets of bullshit for y'all today, right? So one of them I've been holding on to for a while, waiting for a woman to be present.
Okay.
So we touched a little bit on it before we went live. The question that I have, because I've been seeing so much of it lately, is, and I've been hearing about it more lately. I don't know about seeing more, but I've been hearing about it more lately. Why are women not having sex with their partners right now? Like,
wait, what?
I've been hearing more and more stories about women who are just flat out not enjoying sex with their man anymore.
Oh.
And I don't know if that's a generational thing. I don't know if it's the times. Like,
nope.
I feel like I need a woman's answer for that, because man can't answer that. So
yeah, that's strange. I'm single right now, so I'm super single, and I'm not doing to nobody's man. So there's that. But no, that is strange. I think you're misaligned. If it's a mass exodus on fucking, that means there's some serious misalignment there, because women are sexual creatures just like men. And I think there's a little bit of selfishness there too. Like when I was in a relationship, like I don't believe the answer is no. Like in a relationship, you should never tell me no. I should never be telling you no. Respecting boundaries is a whole different thing, but intimacy is huge in a relationship, and it starts way beyond the bedroom. So if you're not enjoying your person, if your man doesn't feel like you're king, like he's lifted up, he's excited about you, you're the little woman. Like a guy's not going to be excited about doing it to another dude unless that's his thing. So if you're wearing the pants in a relationship and you're tough and angry and mad all the time, that's not going to get my proverbial dick hard. So I wouldn't imagine, vice versa. If you're not performing around the house, you're not helping her, that might turn her off. But it sounds like there's some serious misalignment going on, because if you guys are aligned and giving each other what you need, the sex should be falling out the sky. But
yeah. That's kind of where.
Nope.
It's not falling out the sky, Everett.
What's your thought on that, E? What's your thought on that, E?
Everett over here lying this shit, but all right.
There's nothing to lie about. I just think
Reverend Do Wrong.
Once you have to start negotiating the sex and the frequency of it, I think it's time to exit the relationship. Like what you said about, if I have to do chores to get your pussy wet, it's no longer the same. I'm providing for you. I'm housing you. I'm clothing you. Because initially that's not what brings the attraction. You've never gotten wet off of. I think he could cook, or I think he can wash the dishes really well. At some point, it becomes like a negotiation. I just think it's time to exit the relationship once it becomes a.
Once
you have to negotiate it.
Yeah.
I got
like up. Time for sex.
Right.
So what's up? And another point I want to make is, women think that you can still have a relationship without the sex. No, at that point you are stealing from the relationship, because a man can't be like, I don't feel like paying the mortgage. I don't feel like protecting you this month.
I got a question. I got a question on that note.
You stand on the outside of the street this month.
For both you and Brandon. How long will either of y'all go without sex before it's time to exit the relationship? How long is too long? Yeah, going without sex. Brandon said that women are not fucking they men no more. So how long is too long to go without it before it's like, all right, I'm out?
Well, I think there's a question before that. It's why.
Like, there you go.
It's like,
address
why?
that first.
If there's something going on, like if there's like, I'm thinking about like hormonal things. Like if you just had a baby and you're going through some postpartum stuff, or you're premenopausal and it ain't working right, or
She already got you, Bing. She already got you. She already answering that.
It's you maybe going through some hormonal changes or emotional changes. Women just like men, they fluctuate. One day you might feel super powerful and strong and full of your masculinity. The next day you might feel like, I couldn't bench press a chicken nugget if I had to. I'm just gonna go to the gym and cry. Everybody has their own thing. Like I've been in a relationship with where my guy wasn't feeling like himself. He wasn't feeling like he was on top of the world. So his physicality, he wasn't interested in having sex until he got back to that mental space. And I had to respect that. So it's the question of why before, all right, it's been 24 hours. I'm out. Like that's
so let me interject before we move further on this particular topic about the man not being in the right place. We don't have the ability to be able to not be in the right space, because as soon as a man is not in the right mental space, 99.9% of the time, your woman is going to look at you like you're not doing your job. You're not holding up your end of the bargain. So like for me to even get to a point for you to even acknowledge me, I had to ignore all of my emotions, all of my stress, all of my bullshit before you would even take me serious. So when we get in a relationship and we're able to open up and show our feelings, it's like we feel that comfort with y'all. And then most men can at least relate to this. When we do open up, y'all throw that shit right back into our faces, and it'd be like, well, damn, like I thought you was my ride or die.
We covered that before.
Yeah,
That's the wrong woman for you then, or she needs to be retrained.
Wait a minute. Did you say you need to train women?
My brother, what's up?
You believe in training women?
Yes, I do. And I'll explain.
Everybody have a joygasm when you just said that.
Like, I'm not out here Derek Jackson, and I'm not pandering to men, but like I have a very different belief system than most women, and I've lost friendships over this. I don't talk to some females about this. There's two main parts. We are individual people, and I come with my own baggage just like you do. I have to help you understand how to deal with me, and I have to understand how to deal with you. It is an unrealistic expectation for you to be a man, buff, tough, rough and tumble, you have it all together 100% of the time. Men have the highest suicide rate. Why? Because they feel like they cannot talk to the woman or their peers or their people without being called a simp, a sucker, you a bitch, you suck it up, you can't cry. When I tell you my ex, now mind you, I won't name him because he's my ex, but he would come to me and be like, I would, first of all, I understand people. Like part of my job is reading people. If you're not yourself and you are down, you're not joking, you're not laughing, you're not touching me, you're not being yourself, I'm going to be able to pause. And one, I'm going to self-reflect. I'm not going to take on shit that's not mine. So I'm like, okay, you need some second. I'll come to you and be like, hey, are you processing something right now? What's going on? I've noticed that you're not yourself. I had to train him to be able to tell me, and I had to prove by trusting time over consistency over time that I'm not going to throw this in your face. I'm not going to disrespect your vulnerability. Okay, creep.
Right.
That's I don't know why hers don't ever pop up when she.
That's terrifying. I was like, that's the feds. Quick, put it down.
Shout out Pussy Talks.
Yeah. Shout out Proven Attitude Podcast.
I had to train him to understand, like, hey, I understand. I have to earn your trust. You've been conditioned from other people in your past, your mother, your girlfriends, your ex-girlfriends, whatever, that if you are vulnerable with me, I now hold that. And now I have a key to throw at you when I'm pissed. I had to show him over time, like, that's not who I am. I'm coming to you because I recognize that something's going on with you and you're valuable to me. Your mental health is valuable to me. So I'm going to go STF you until you're ready to come and talk to me about it. And if it's something that you need to handle on your own, and you can come to me when it's handled, I respect that. I have to respect that you know how to handle you, but I also have to train you how to speak to me. So I would tell him, like, hey,
nah, you need to talk to these young hoes.
Right. They ain't listening. They ain't listening.
That's the older ones too.
Man, Jesus Christ.
I have to tell them, like, okay, don't shut down on me. If you got to process something, just say that. I'm not going to dig and go, well, what's wrong? Because that's ridiculous. And that just adds more problems.
It's
you say it's nothing, I'm going to let you know. If it is something, when you're ready to talk to me, you know where to find me. You need some space, I'm going to go take the kids for a walk, or I'm going to go to the gym. When you're ready to talk, how about we meet back up on Sunday? Give you a couple of days. Because if it's something that's serious in a relationship that's causing a roadblock, we have to be able to train each other to go, okay, it's not you. I'm going to give you some a little reprieve, a little breath to let you know that it's not you right now. I'm working through something, but I will talk to you about it when it's time. I have to respect that.
That was weird.
Yes, and she should be your best friend. If a woman is throwing things in your face or coming at you, and that's why and she getting the crazy finger, and that, I'm sorry, honey, this is not how you're going to talk to me. When you can calm down and have a conversation with me, we'll talk. And if that can't happen, then she's not the right woman for you. Because the right woman will the right woman for you.
It's funny that you said that. It's funny that you said it, Alicia, because we've covered it on here before. Our whole lives as men, we're taught how to act, treat, talk to, like, we're taught how to cultivate our relationship with a woman. Women are never taught that as children, as being raised. They're never taught how to talk to a man. They're never taught how to treat a man. They're like, you guys are always taught how to be receptive.
How to be treated by men.
Yeah. Like, I know as you know what I'm saying, as a woman, y'all know how to be treated by a man, but y'all don't know how to talk to men.
I think even that sideways. We're taught to disrespect men from childhood. Yeah. We're taught to disrespect. The whole "don't tell your daddy about this," like even
that's
as a
rare
kid,
thing. That's rare.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I'm not saying it's not a blanket statement. This isn't going to be an all men or all women thing. But even think about young women when your mom takes you somewhere and it's, "Don't tell your dad we got this. Don't tell your dad we spent this money." Why can't I tell my father what's happening in the house? What's going on with y'all's relationship where you can't tell him what's going on in the house? Now, mind you, barring physical or mental abuse and things like that, they're taught to be independent, unfortunately, because there's some work that men need to do on their side. I will say that.
Oh yeah.
But as far as just being a woman and being able to say, "Here's my expectation," or "Here's what I like," here's being able to know. I don't think women know themselves enough to be able to communicate that effectively. 80% of the time. And when they do, it's some trumped up weird shit that they don't even like. I can't ask a man to. I can only date a dude with a 6-pack because right now I'm firmly in my mom body and I'm working on that. So if I attract a dude that's like, you know what, I'm a little thicker than the rest of them, but I work with you, sis. I care about my health. Like, hi, that's my homie.
All right.
And where Bingo?
She's still here. She's still here.
Respectfully, Alishia, I've seen your model pics. Your mom bod looks good.
Thanks. Because I'm working on it, but I can't discredit a guy who's interested in me because he don't have a 6-pack. You know what I mean? Or I built my own house. I'm a first-time homeowner, so I could say I only want to
built your own house instead of buying.
Not with my hands, but
I mean, yeah. You had it built.
Yes.
I need to talk to you.
Oh, come on. I'm happy to help. I love talking home ownership. But no, like I think a lot of ladies are misaligned too. You want a guy who has 6 figures, but you're still struggling on getting out for public assistance. Like, no one's here to save you, miss. Like, you have to be the person that you want to attract or be happy with the little that you have. Like, you're expecting this man who has nothing to give you everything that you don't have. Like, that don't make sense.
Hey, could she be a full-time co-host?
I told y'all she was dope.
I have a different view. Like, I have a different view because it's not. We're taught this to disrespect men. So it's so effortless. Like, it's so effortless for a woman to disrespect a man. Like, and I saw it with my mother. Like, and I had to like legitimately go to therapy and talk. Because my relationships, I was expecting everybody to be everything for me when I wasn't giving, and I had to learn reciprocity like hard and fast. Like, if I don't want somebody to do XYZ, then I shouldn't be coming with that. If I want somebody to treat me respectfully, I should be giving that respect. Like, it's so much. We ain't got the kind of time, but we can keep talking. I might need another episode.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
sure.
definitely. I'm already asking, could you come back?
Yeah, for sure. The one thing that going back to, you know what I'm saying, the original thing, the one thing that when I first started developing Brandon's bullshit, it just kind of happened as like, man, I got some bullshit I want to talk about. Let's talk about it. Like, and the first time we did it, it ended up lasting an hour. Like, I don't even remember what the first one was, but it just took us onto it just took us on a tangent where we just had dope conversation.
That's good.
But the more that I do it and the more that I bring these topics up, it's like it creates conversation. Mm-hmm. Because the conversation that we started with is nowhere near where we are now. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed that.
We got topics.
Let me ask my other side of bullshit, right? For Everett and Bobby, and for you, Alishia, if because it'll comply. How much money does your girl have to make for you to be okay with her selling pussy?
Whoa! Passes out. That's good.
Words, E, words.
Ben, you listening? Let's go.
Bobby, Bobby, you take that one. You take that one, Bobby. Go ahead.
Oh, she sell pussy. She ain't my girl no more. Next.
So
that real
hold on.
Like, there's so many levels of selling it. Like, OnlyFans, actual physical transactions, dudes just simping and paying like cash apps for pictures of feet. Like,
listen, that's supposed to be for me, not for everybody else.
Okay.
OnlyFans, none of that shit. I'm not giving it away. I mean,
yeah. So, okay, let me give you a situation, right? You meet a girl, y'all get through the talking stage, the dating stage, y'all become an item, whatever. Say 9 months in, you find out she been selling pussy, but she get $10,000 for a night.
That's something I should have known up front. You threw next. That's important to know up front.
Okay.
Listen, my take is this. I'm more offended that I didn't get a cut of the money.
But it's not your service.
Yes, but
are you brokering some deals? Like, how does the money come into play? This is such a wild question. Like,
why?
That's what we do.
I mean,
listen,
that's what we do here.
Think about that shit. Yeah, I mean, now I'm over here looking
Lee.
stupid and shit. Yeah, I mean, she's selling pussy. I'm looking stupid. I don't know this shit till 9 months later and shit. Now motherfuckers looking at me like, your bitch be busting it down on OnlyFans. She be down there on such and such street. She be busting it down. I'm sitting here and I found out through other shit. Like, get the fuck out. No.
Hold on, Bobby. Hold on 1 second. Miss Lee, would you agree that a man has a certain responsibility in a relationship, and that's protect you, provide you, lead you, and give guidance, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. So with this, if I'm giving her these resources and she's not giving me a cut of her resources from this act, she is stealing from me. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I can get over the embarrassment of it, but I can reshuffle or reorganize the relationship to where this can be mutually beneficial. I must get a cut of the money.
Then how can I trust you?
I must get a cut of the money.
So, original question, E, what's the amount? Yes. What's the amount that's going to make you want to reshuffle it and figure out if y'all can stay together?
Because $40, 20
because there's an amount.
She's not going to do it.
Yeah. Like if she giving it away for $40-$50,
that's not going to work.
That's what I'm saying. What's the amount? What's the amount where it's like, I'm kind of salty I wouldn't get in the cut. I'm kind of salty you ain't tell me, but we can figure this out and we can still be together. What's that amount?
Let me explain something. It don't matter what it is. I have to get all of it. Okay.
All of it.
All of it.
Man, listen, fuck that.
You went from a cut.
Money.
Not a cut. It's not
no.
all.
She wait a minute. Share with me.
Wait a minute. Do you? If you want all my commitment and resources, I need all of the money. Okay. Hey, I'm not. Listen, I'm not a pimp or nothing. But the way they say is, I can't give you all my pimping if you only giving me half of the money. It doesn't work that way. Okay.
Oh man, I love him and hate him at the same fucking time.
You want all my commitment and attention, devotion, while only giving me a cut of your money. Make it make sense.
I understand that. I'm just the question itself baffles me. I couldn't see myself selling any portion of my sexuality.
Sell your feet.
My ew. I think I don't want to sell my feet like that.
It's fucking gross.
There's a kink for everybody. There's a kink
everybody
for everybody.
Has something different.
We don't kink shame at the Normalconvospod.
Yeah, we don't. I'm not kink shame. I just think it's, if I was to put myself, now just don't take this soundbite because people will be like, I knew it. That's how she bought that house. She's selling it.
That's about to be a clip.
Right. I'm about to phrase these words very carefully so you can't cut it together and make it sound like I'm agreeing to this. I can't see a world where I would do that because I have a lot of other valuable resources, that I have a lot of other talents that provide me income.
That don't involve you being naked.
Exactly. No, like if I have a whole thing about my kids. I don't want my kids like pulling up their phones and like, this your mama. Never. Thank you. Okay. We were slightly interrupted. Speaking of good children, she just made me breakfast. Thank you. Profit some pancakes with
caramelized bananas.
Caramelized.
I'm hungry.
That
was a short ass.
That is a good child.
Thank you, honey. I appreciate it.
I'm
good child. Good child.
I tell our daughters how to cook because they are humans that need to eat. And they get down, and I like to compete with them and have like MasterChef challenges at the house, like who can do the best, whatever. Like
who can cook the best?
Oh yeah, invite me for a taste test, goddammit.
Yeah, I will. We usually invite our friends to be like, and I do like a blind taste test, a blind challenge.
I was about to say you can't see it, but I got a belly down here.
It's okay.
Shit.
We all do.
Ready to eat.
But no, I can't see a world where I would do it because I think for me, my children are gonna see that, and women typically emulate their mothers. I don't want them feeling like they only have one resource to sell. It's renewable, but not something I want them to be cashing out on. But no, if I was to decide to do that in this alternate universe, it would be a conversation that I wouldn't have late in the relationship because I'm taking away your choices. Like if that's something I'm doing and we're physical, we're having sex, and I'm also selling it, like that's a conflict of interest. So
that's a violation.
Double dipping.
That's double dipping. Like
it definitely is.
Like
double dipping.
Now, if I'm telling you, hey Everett, I'm an entrepreneur. Okay. I own a company called the Poom Poom Palace, and I'm the sole proprietor. And here I have some clients, and they're well-to-do clients that you'll never hear about or see because they're paying $80,000 a night. And so those kind of people that have that kind of money as disposable income aren't gossiping about where they see me and where they heard. There's NDAs signed. You'll never meet these men. And if you and I decide to get serious and be exclusive, I'll stop. But in the meantime, I'd love if you come to my appointments. We can be outside, and we'll talk about the split at whatever services you have as my security, and maybe you can, wash me down afterwards. Like, well, that would be a conversation, but I feel like that should be upfront and early, so all expectations are laid out. But it wouldn't be no 10,000 a night. It would be no 40 for the front, 50 in a plan B. Like, it wouldn't be no weird shit like that. Like, no. Ugh.
So, Bobby, you don't even have a price? It's just no?
It's just no. Bobby said,
no, I'm cool. Nope, I'm good. I mean, I'll get my... Why is this a thing? Why is this a thing, bro? You asked this question. Why are you asking?
Look, it's a thing because everything has been commodified nowadays, even down to pussy. Everything is a commodity. You can buy and sell anything. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't want to bring morals into this because it can get really kind of tricky, but I'm just saying, if you're getting 80,000 a night, we can make this work potentially. Okay. Yeah. All this old moral God stuff, I'm gonna leave that out. And I mean, as far as standing outside, cleaning you up afterward.
Nope.
I don't know. I'm not the best one to ask this kind of question to. I'm like, just don't do it.
We can make this work, but I need all of the proceeds so we can make this work.
So to answer your question, Bobby, you know how my mind works, bro. I just be thinking of weird ass bullshit. I consume so much fucking content.
So is it like, okay, so like it got to be okay, so like she could share the money with you or what? Like that was that.
No, well, when I originally,
how much does she got to make it okay? Like,
yeah, like how much? The original question was how much does she have to make for basically not for it to be okay? Because if it's not okay with you, it's not okay with you.
Right.
So what's the amount where it's like kind of what Ever said? What's the amount where it's like, I'm sorry you ain't tell me, but let's work something out because you making
okay. I got a question for that. How do I benefit from this? How do I benefit from this?
Well, once you become aware of it, you get all the money. I'm assuming once she makes you aware of it, her intentions is to bring you into the mix. You know what I'm saying?
Like how?
Like Ever said, like she might be trying to cut you something. Like, look, I'm making $200,000 a week, fucking these bum ass niggas that's cheating on their wives, and I'm trying to cut you in. So I'm telling you what I do. Like even like Mufaro said, it might be high class hoeing. You know what I'm saying? There is a sex work culture. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna act like that doesn't exist.
In from the get go, or do I learn further down the line?
It's still at that 9 months. Like that was just the example that I gave.
Because like Alishia said, you taking away my choices. I should have known from jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that.
Okay, so let's restructure it then. If you know from jump, just like Alishia said, you meet a girl, y'all go on y'all first date, and she was like, "Hey, I'm a sex worker. I make X amount of dollars a night. You know what I'm saying? Guys is paying me $50,000 a night to spend the night with me and get the girlfriend experience or the whole experience or whatever the fuck it is. But I'm getting $50,000 a night. I make about $200,000 a week doing this 4 nights a week 4 out of the 7 nights a week, I'm going out. Niggas is giving me 50 grand. You know what I'm saying? What's your response to that on the first date? Like,
okay, all right, cool. You go ahead. I mean, you do that. We can make something work, but you know, it's like, this one got my face on it.
Which one? Because I got the NCP versus everybody on, and then Bobby got the "You can't fuck me, unfuck me" shirt.
It's hilarious.
But
I made one for y'all too, Alishia. Is you can't uneat my ass.
She looks so offended. Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Hit me.
Her face was like.
She looks so offended.
You can't uneat it. Like, true story. Y'all just use words.
Hit the link tree, Quint. In any one of my pages, hit the link tree. It should be the Etsy should be in there.
Okay.
If it ain't on there, hit me, let me know, and I'll send you the link.
Okay. Look, she told me that on the first night. All right, cool. We could be cool. We could kick it, all that shit. You know what I mean? That's cool. We just can't, ever be, exclusive.
Is it because you don't want her having sex with somebody else, or because you're making money off of it?
No, if you mind, you ain't supposed to be fucking with nobody else. I mean, if we exclusive, that means we exclusive. We ain't supposed to be fucking with nobody else. Now, you know what I mean? If you told me that off rip and you want to keep it at that, I'm like, yeah, we could be cool. Yeah, I mean, we could be fuck buddies every once in a while. We can kick it. We just can't be exclusive. Because we can't be exclusive if you giving it away to everybody else.
Pay for it or not. Huh? It's not everybody. It's a high-end clientele.
Anybody else. We can't be exclusive if you're giving it away to anybody else. It wouldn't work that way with me. If I'm doing that, it's cheating. Getting paid or not. Cheating is cheating. So
that depends on her morals.
We just can't be exclusive.
That would depend on her morals and how she feels about that type of stuff. Because there are men.
Okay, well, I'm telling you how I feel about it. You asked me how I feel about it, so I'm telling you how I feel about it.
So you would feel like it was cheating even if you were in the sex industry? If you were a sex worker and you met a girl and you told her like, hey, I'm making 20 grand slanging this thing, but she want to be in an exclusive relationship, would you stop doing sex work? We can't be
exclusive if I'm giving it away to anybody else. It's cheating, paid or not.
But it could just be a job. Like, because back to our, like, the porn conversation we had a couple weeks ago. Porn stars look at porn as work. That's work.
Uh-huh.
We just like, so let's take it off of sex.
No, wait. I gotta interject this right quick.
Go ahead.
Look, I like that you kind of phrased it at the 9-month mark. Okay, I like how you did that because look, sometime in life you got to make a decision right then and there. Okay, at the 9-month mark, you have a decision to make. You want love, or you go be a manager. You want love, or you want money right then and there. See, I think the problem is
200 grand a week. I'm a manager.
I know what I'm doing right then and there.
I can be your manager. I can't be your man. On top of that, though, I can be your manager.
You can be the man.
We'll make it work it out because I firmly believe you as the man. You set the tone and the standard for how the relationship will go. It's we do this my way or we don't do it anyway. See, that whole thing of like, look, let me just tell you people this. I'm on the dark side, okay? So those days of having your own personal woman, we only do each other, them days is over, okay? I adjust, okay? Look, this is how we gonna do this. You want your own personal woman and you want love and all that. That's beautiful. But let's get this money and all that other shit. Look, we'll make this work. But I'm a manager right then and there. And don't say pimp. I'm a manager.
So before I take it off of sex, Bobby, Mufaro did pose a good question. What if she acts and she gets naked every week on Power? Gets naked on TV every week on Power?
That depends on them. I'm not having it. I'm not doing that shit.
You don't want to be Carmella?
Nah, hell no. I know he was sick when he saw Lala.
Well, I think it depends. Like, I act. Sometimes the film or it's never adult film, but sometimes the play or the film will require a love scene. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, it's my craft. I had this job or this craft before you came into my life. So you coming into my life has a set of expectations where you're accepting that I'm coming to the table with all of my shit. Now, to Bobby's point, if you're not telling me until 9 months in, that feels disingenuous. I have other questions like, okay, you're not comfortable with it, or you're not being honest about how your life will impact mine. That's a problem. But I'm coming to you and be like, hey, I'm an actress. I'm on Power, and you know what that TV show is, or I'm a sex worker, and you know what that involves, or you don't know. You're uneducated. You don't know all the details of it. I need to come and tell you what it is if I'm interested in you in a relationship. Like that for me would be like the first thing. Like if you're not telling me until month 9, regardless if it's a man or a female, that's a problem. Because you've taken away my choices. You've taken away my ability to process this. Because I got feelings now. I'm involved with you. I don't want to have to make a choice, kind of game time decision. I don't want to be with your man or your manager. If you could have told me this earlier, and if I can handle it, if I can handle sharing you with the world, whether it be acting, whether it be sex, whether it be modeling, whatever the case may be, that's my choice to deal with you or not. Right. So the money isn't the point, in my opinion. It's more of if you're not telling me to wait, we're already involved. That feels like you playing games. I don't love that.
She's saying what I'm saying, but just giving more detail to it. Go ahead, give her the what ifs. Hit her with the what ifs.
No, I wasn't going with the what ifs. I was taking it off of sex. Well, I mean, it's still a what if, but I was taking it off of sex, all the same thing. Because of a point that you made where it was like, if you're sharing it with anybody and or everybody, then you don't belong to me. You're not mine. We're not. You know what I'm saying? So if you take it off of sex, just in everyday life, your spouse spends their time somewhere else at the very bare minimum 8 hours of the day. So they're taking away something from your relationship and giving it to somebody else for 8 hours a day.
I think that's a stale
when
mindset.
I compartmentalize stuff, I just kind of like, if it's, you're taking away from us. You know what I'm saying? If we're in a relationship.
So my girl goes to work, she cheating?
No,
that's what you're trying to say.
That's what I'm saying. I'm taking it off of sex. I'm taking it down to the bones of what you said. You have something that me and you share as a couple, i.e. time. We share that as a couple. I share my time with you. You share your time with me. 8 hours a day, you take 8 hours out of our shared time and give it to somebody else. I'm going straight down to the bones. I'm not going with sex. I'm just going straight to the bones.
Okay, what's your point with this, Brandon? Where are you going with this?
He's saying she's selling her time to someone else 8 hours of the day.
So do we all.
Forget what acts are going on.
That's normal everyday life. We all do that.
That's my point, Bobby. If she is a sex worker, that 8 hours of time, she just happens to be doing
all right.
sex
I
work.
agree with it. I see what you're trying to do.
You don't have to agree. I'm not trying to make you agree. I'm like, Bobby, what's so funny? What I'm enjoying these past couple weeks.
You didn't like my answer, so you took it off sex and tried to put it on time. That's what everybody does.
I like debating with you,
everybody has to work.
Exactly.
Well, what's your point with that? What's your point? Sex is a totally different thing.
I think if it's ego, I think the duality is like, is it just your ego is pricked by the fact that your woman is sharing her body versus something that is considered yours is being enjoyed by somebody else? That's an ego trigger like a motherfucker.
It is.
Yes, I'm willing to admit that. Yes.
Yeah, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all.
And I'm not arguing that, Bobby.
Yeah, I don't think it's an argument. It's more of like, is it okay for you, or is it okay? It's not okay at all. Like for someone to be an actress, there are men that I've dated across my history that were really insecure about me acting because they were hitting me with the, what if you got a sex scene? I'm like, I don't do shows that I don't want to do. So
it's work.
One is like, trust that I'm not an idiot. I'm not gonna be doing something that is gonna be counterintuitive to who I say I am as a person. So either you don't trust yourself, you don't trust me. That's a whole conversation to break down. But if I came into this relationship and you knew about this. It wasn't a secret. It wasn't something I just stumbled into. It was a conversation of, hey, what do you do? I'm an actress. And. So I take pictures in clothes. I model. Like,
that was a stunt.
A stunt?
Yeah.
Like she was flexing.
And.
Oh, be like, yeah, you have to give the people the thing. You got to give the people the things that you do so then they can say, you know what? I don't know how comfortable I am.
Give them the choice. Give them the choice.
Because it's not about you, right? It's about that person. Everybody has their own insecurities, their own things that they will and won't handle or tolerate. You don't like the fact that I'm an actress? Okay, you made the choice to move forward. Now, don't lie to me because you want to see what else. Maybe you can change my mind or you can manipulate me to do something else. Like, you gotta be careful with the weirdos out there. But yeah, if your ego is challenged or you feel like it somehow pricks at your masculinity that other people are enjoying what's supposed to be yours, like understand that you're in a relationship, you're not in jail.
Right.
Like, I'm your woman, not your jailer. You know, I'm not your keeper. I don't belong to you. We're committing to each other. We're choosing to be together, but I don't own you. You don't own me. It's like, no, we're coming together because we want to. Shut the hell up.
You're stupid.
You're just throwing in stuff to throw in stuff. Well, God bless America. If she's out here changing lives, make it a nonprofit and retire off that income.
Facts.
Yeah. Oh my God.
She belongs to the streets.
Oh shit. So where do we want to go from here? Oh, you know what? Since Mufaro is here, let's go ahead and get this not out the way, but let's go ahead and do this. I have been talking about a dating show for the past 2.5 to 3 months. I'm not giving y'all any inclination of what's going on. I haven't told y'all anything about what it's about or anything. So all I've been saying is dating show coming soon. I've been saying it every episode as often as I can. Directed, produced, shot by, edited by our guy, of course, Mufaro, my brother. And he entrusted me to become a producer on the show. So that's what we've been doing. We've been doing that for the past, going on 4 months now, almost 5 months. The idea has been around for almost a year now.
Yeah, at least the top of the year.
And I reached out to him one day randomly. So to give y'all the backstory, I don't even know if the guys know this. But to give y'all the backstory, I reached out to Mufaro one day. I was watching YouTube or something. And I was like, hey, I know you got your production company. I kind of want to, curate a dating show. What's up? And he was on a call or something. He was like, man, let me hit you back. He called me back maybe 20 minutes later. He was like, yo, I'm already in the midst of trying to start a dating show, like right now. And he was like, what you think about coming aboard and being a producer? I'm like, all right, cool. So, we started working through, bumped our heads a couple times, hit a couple of snags, locking in venues and locking in, people to be on the show and all of that, all the stuff that goes into that. And it was crazy. It's been a long, tumultuous couple of months. But I can say with certainty and with all of the weight off of our shoulders that next week, July 30th, we are holding our first event to premiere the pilot episode of Cuffed or Curved. I'm super excited. That is where I met Alishia. She was one of the daters on the show. So next weekend, July 30th, we are doing a premiere event at Drip Coffee. We have our Eventbrite set up. It is in everybody's bio. Anybody that is linked to it, it's in their bio. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Mufaro. You can reach out to Alishia. It's in our bios. Get in there, log in, get your tickets. we'll have a couple of things going on. Hey, Bing. Drip is off of Hopple. Is that Coleraine? The old Coleraine.
Technically,
I think that's old Coleraine.
Yeah.
Bing. Go to. I didn't even put it in Normalconvospod. Go to my either my page, Brandon Brewster, or my Normal Convos Brew, or go to my IG at Podfather Official. It should be in all of those bios. And then follow Mufaro at Mufaro LTD. Or no, I'm sorry, at Joy_Mufaro on Facebook, or I'm sorry, on Instagram. He has everything in his for sure. But with the blessing of my brother from another mother, we are going to premiere our commercial here. It's already up on socials. Everybody's seen it at this point, but we're going to show it on here because why the fuck not?
Right.
So
it was a fun experience. I'm not gonna give anything away, but I enjoyed myself.
I loved it.
Apparently, I was more ridiculous than normal.
It was funny. So, all right, let's try to get into it.
Let another player post a status on your social or check your C-box.
I just said on the best date of my fucking life.
There he is. That's fine. This is so different.
Thought I was gonna have some music coming in here.
Oh, jeez, so funny.
Oh no, I don't know about that. What is it?
They acting crazy already.
Okay.
Oh, it's your turn.
When was the last time you masturbated? Are you going to masturbate to me tonight?
Like I walked in, I was super nervous. But now I feel like a little bit way more comfortable.
You feel way more comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this is funny.
He didn't really have nothing.
She didn't have nothing spicy either.
No, I ain't agree to that shit. I said I was gonna drink some wine.
Most embarrassing sex story or drink wine.
So they did tell me that the date is over. Would you like to go on another date?
They said date is over. Ask if they want another date. Why you put the X with the little line underneath?
Alright. Well, this one says the date is over, and I'm to ask if you like another date. I would actually like another date. If you would like another date.
How cute. Dun, dun, dun.
Hey.
Yeah.
Good job, team.
I love it. So
yeah, man,
after
congratulations to y'all, man. I'm proud of y'all for doing that, man.
For sure. Salute.
Thank you. We've been holding it close to the vest. There's not really too many people that's really know what's been going on outside of the participants and close family and friends, stuff like that. But it's been close to the vest. Like people really only knew that we were doing something. So this will be great. We premiered the pilot episode July 30th. It will be available on YouTube. Part 1 will be available on YouTube August 1st. I'm not sure when we're dropping part 2, but part 1 will be available August 1st. If you want to come and support and watch the entire episode July 30th. It's my nigga right there, man.
Hey.
Hey. Shout out to that.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, it's been dope. This is the first time that I went into something outside of my norm, outside of the podcast, of course. But this is the first time I was able to do something that will be left behind outside of my kids and stuff like that, as far as content.
Yeah.
So, I'm proud. I'm excited. I'm ready for everybody to see what we've been doing. Again, Mufaro, thank you again for trusting me with your vision and accepting me in with open arms. I know we family. I know we brothers, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is your company and this is what you are trying to, put out into the world. So I appreciate you letting me be a part of that.
That's beautiful.
But yeah, next Saturday, I'm ready.
I'm excited too. Are they gonna have a reunion special?
Probably. If everybody shows up, it'll kind of be like a reunion special.
I'd be like, can we swap? Because the one dude was super cute.
Which one? The glasses?
All of them. Black men are the chef's kiss.
Fact.
Lord. It's a
Big
problem.
fact.
It's a problem.
I'm
saying I can't have them all on none of them. I'm kidding. That's not true. That's not true.
Like that energy.
That's a joke.
So how was the experience, Alishia?
It was fun. They interviewed me and asked a bunch of crazy questions. I think the question that might have got me picked for the show, I didn't throw any drinks. I almost spilled my coffee, but it wasn't. I
would love to see some drinks thrown.
Bean, I didn't know you.
Jerry.
I didn't know you then, Bean. But if you follow me or Mufaro, we are currently in the process of casting for season 2. So
let me know if you want to make a repeat appearance. Because
Montre, my G, what's up?
What's up, bro?
The Montre.
Oh yeah.
No, but it was fun. They asked a lot of questions. It took a little bit. I know how production works, so I knew it was going to be a little bit before we got behind the camera. But I was surprised on who y'all paired me with, considering neither one of you know me, at the time knew me well enough to be like, this ain't gonna work or this will work. So
yeah, it was definitely a whole bunch of shots in the dark.
Yeah, but it was fun. Everybody, from me being a fly on the wall, seeing one date wrap up, like it was good vibes all around. I think there's enough drink throwing and gunfights on TV right now. Like this is gonna be like black people doing dope black people shit.
Yeah.
Without any issues. No, the police weren't called. Nobody died. Nobody's baby mama busted in. I'm coming to you as a woman. Like you ain't supposed to be on this show. Like there was none of that. At least not from my taping. So yeah, I would definitely do it again. I love meeting new people, and like I said, I'm single. Shameless plug. I'm dope.
Dope as fuck.
Thanks.
Super dope.
Thank you very much. But yeah, I enjoy situations like that because you never know how you're gonna find some person that actually is meant for you. So because I disagree with it's a one person and one person days are over. Everett, I disagree.
Okay.
I was being like this, yo.
Barbara did not pop up. She didn't come pull her son up out of there. She come get these kids. Like it wasn't no weirdness. Nobody's wig got snatched. Like
damn,
wigs were secured.
Yeah.
Coffee was delicious, and
it was dope.
We got plenty of good footage of Black folks connecting, even if it did or didn't. I don't know how everybody's day ended, but hopefully we got some love connections out of there because there are some cute couples on there.
Yeah, well, you'll find out next Saturday. You'll be in the room with us.
I'm excited. I feel like the Bachelorette. Like, let's do that. Let's do that because I have secretly been wanting to be on the Bachelorette.
You wanted to be the Bachelorette?
I did. I'm like, first of all, I keep seeing these little bitty non-brown women kicking it with 30, 40 dudes. Yeah, the wigs were secured. I went natural, so I don't have to worry about nothing flying off just in case.
Yeah, the locks is looking healthy.
Thank you. I'm 5 months in on my journey.
Yeah, locks
I'm loving
is looking
this. I'm never going back.
Loving them locks.
Thank you. I do too. But yeah, I would love to be the Bachelorette. I think it would make for great TV. And dating 30 men, I'll do some push-ups. Yeah, I'll do some push-ups. Because you don't date them the whole time. Like, you whittle it down. But I think I would thrive in that environment. Because I love talking to people. And I'm not a weirdo. So it wouldn't just
And you got the personality.
I think so. If I can toot my own horn.
You got the personality where you know how to not only do you know how to be in front of a camera, but you know how to conversing is a big part of it. Just being able to converse is a big part of just being filmed. Yes. Because when you have a conversation behind closed doors and nobody's watching you, it's like, oh, okay, whatever. Like when you're in front of that camera, it's like every word sticks.
Yeah.
And once you say it, you can't take it back.
Nope. And you have to be authentic. I think the best TV is for people that are legitimately authentic. Like I can be me all the time. I'm cool with that. Like I don't have to put on any type of face. Like even when I'm training my classes, I'm like, so I'm a real person. So I'm gonna tell you real people things. I start my classes off like that. People are like, oh, shit, let's pay attention.
Yeah.
So
let me know once you become relatable, people just accept a lot more.
I agree.
Because it's not even like it isn't a purposeful thing. It's like I'm not trying to be relatable. I'm just telling you who I am.
Right.
If you relate to it, you relate to it. If you don't, you don't. But this is me. Like you said, I'm a real person. I'm not, some figurehead that's just out here, willy-nilly.
Right.
Like this is what I do. So I'm gonna tell you about, the color of a pencil. But like if you're you the whole time, you're gonna sell that fucking pencil.
True story.
So
well,
yeah, let's move on to the next segment. E, I guess you can take it away.
Something.
You are our resident. Yeah, you are our resident interviewer.
Our resident. So I was doing a little digging. You are the creator of 100 Dates TV, is that correct?
I knew it was coming. I was like, when are y'all gonna be touching stuff, be looking under these shells you ain't supposed to be looking underneath? Yes.
That's me.
That is you.
Yeah.
Got it.
I see. I don't know how much of it you would like to share, but it was inspired by a certain, I guess, traumatic event or a life-changing thing that you went through, correct?
Yes.
So for you, I don't know how much of it you want to share, but we can say a breakup.
Yeah. Okay. I take full ownership of my relationships. I take 50% ownership of anything winning or losing. And it was a time where I dated a guy who I knew was bad for me up front. Like I knew he would shit on a shingle. And I still went full speed in and was like, you know what? He crazy. I'm gonna be crazy too. I never got to be crazy in a relationship. Girls say it's fun. Let me try it. And it broke my brain. And I was much younger. Like it broke my brain. And I went to therapy after. I was like, okay, first of all, time out. This is weird. Why did I do this? And it was like I had gotten married at 19, had my daughter at 20. I was raised super religious, where it was like you don't even attempt sex until you're married under God. And then from there, my oldest daughter's father passed away when she was 3. I rebounded hard, got married again, like shortly after that. Didn't know him. Like it was like really just textbook fuck shit. And my relationships, I was insanity. I kept expecting these people to come save me from situations that I didn't even need to be saved. So I went to therapy and was like, all right, I need to get unfucked because I can't unfuck me. So
hey.
I need to get this together. And I did. And that kind of opened up the fact that I had never really dated. I didn't really date in high school. I had one boyfriend, then 2 boyfriends, and it was it. I was a virgin for a long time. Got married again. I hadn't gone to dates. I hadn't really been out. It was just me and my kids. So I had never been Alishia. I was somebody's mom or, I'm the oldest of a bunch of kids. So I was like the daughter who's, mini mom. So that was a journey for me to explore me, what I liked in men. you know, and really kind of just tell my story. So it was dope.
Okay. I like that. I like that. You take full accountability and you went on about healing yourself, you know, going to therapy and, you know, see what is it that you could fix or how you contributed to whatever we was going through. I do have a question about that. Um, are you still in therapy?
Yeah.
Okay. How long was it basically that you took a break from dating? Like, because I'm assuming you took a pause on it, correct?
Yeah.
Now, after you go back out into the marketplace, the dating market, after, you know, post therapy, or at least in the middle of it, what did you see differently about it that you probably didn't see before? Or well, you say, from what you say, you never were really in the dating marketplace. You just kind of just paired up and went on about your way.
Right.
After therapy, like, what did you notice about the dating market that you liked or didn't like, or you were just confused about?
Yeah, so many things. I'll pick like my top one. That ladies make it hard for guys to just be interested. Like,
Okay.
it's so many hoops. And I had to look at the hoops that I had, like this long ass list of things that I wanted this person to have. I got real detailed about that list. Like, I think I alluded to a little bit earlier about I did actually have a list. As you watch these like self-help books or watch these shows where these women are telling you you need to have a list of 100 things that this man needs to have to be yours. Get it, got it. There is such thing as standards. I didn't have a bottom line though. So my bottom line was, okay, what is the bare minimum that I'll accept before to even consider you as a person of interest? And not like lowering my bar, because my bare minimum was pretty good, but it was unreasonable before I started therapy. Like, I would say, like, I want this man to have no kids, to be making more money than me, to have a house, a car, blah blah blah. But I was living in an apartment with an upside down lease, and I hadn't been to the gym in a year or two. So it wasn't just about aesthetics. It was like, okay, reciprocity.
Kevin Samuel was talking about.
Yeah, I was upside down. Now Kevin Samuels, God rest his soul, that's not this conversation, but I do think that I had to right size my expectations. And if I was coming to a relationship broken and unhealed from a relationship, how dare I expect someone to be able to give me anything more than that? So I had to right size myself, and I wasn't doing that before therapy. I changed up the lists instead of being like this unreasonable list of expectations. Yes, but just be clean and have a job, like that's pretty low bar. He needs to be able to listen. He needs to have proven success. Like, I'm a successful woman. I want my man to, even if he's not where I am, you know, bank account wise, that's irrelevant. I need to see that you've actually put your hand to something and you've achieved it, because I don't like guys that just wish and talk and hope and pray. I need to see you're a man of action, because I'm a woman of action, and we can do anything together if we're both about our business. So it was just right sizing my list, my expectations. And then if I met someone who didn't exhibit those things, it made it real easy for me to walk away. Like, I changed it from kids. Like, I used to not want to date guys with children. And then I realized I need to see that I need to see some proof of you nurturing or caring. You might not have kids, but how active are you in the community if you don't have children? If you have kids, are you constantly battling back and forth with baby mama? Or have you bucked up and squashed that shit? Because men have
you teach your parents
to squash it. Yeah. Are you co-parenting well? Like, all these things. So it changed into this wild list to, like, how can I applicably see this man's qualities and the things that he brings to the table that isn't tied to his pockets. And that was something I had to unlearn too. Like, it was, you can have less than me and still be greater than me. Like, I had to reframe my mind on that.
Okay. So you're saying you had to go from just this long ass list to kind of filter it down to things that are more reasonable, but, you know, attainable. Because I guess you see that you were asking more than you were delivering.
Mm-hmm. I was.
Okay, there's nothing wrong. A lot of people cannot admit that, and I respect that
At
you
all.
can.
Right, definitely. I respect the fact that you like looked at yourself and was like, this don't match up. I like that. A lot of people can't do that.
Yeah.
Now, I see that you said that if the guy didn't meet at least your hard bottom expectations, it was real easy for you to walk away, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking about it. What is the shittiest date that you had that made you be like, oh fuck no, nigga, no? Just maybe you got up mid-date, left it. What was something that really just kind of, or was it one thing in particular that made you be like, okay, you know what? This I'm not going for. Like, what was the absolute? Was there like a date that where you just let us know that? What was the
like
date
6.
that you just?
There's like 6. There's a day where I got catfished.
Damn.
There was a date where I got catfished. He came to the date though, like on his profile, because so to give some frame, I wasn't just out here like going on dates. I had a set of rules. I had to pay for at least 50% of the dates. I had to see, like, I had a genuine interest in this person and be able to have, I spent like a week or two communicating over like text or calls or messages or Tinder, whatever the platform was, to make sure it was at least something there to like continue. And then I would agree to a date. Like, I wasn't like, hey, I met you in Kroger, let's go to a date tonight. Like, I was intentional about it. So this gentleman had a profile picture. I was in, early 30s. He was probably, I think he had 40 in his profile. I'll date 10, 20 years up, depending on the situation. I don't typically date too far down because of my kids. My kid is 20, so I can't be out here Stella and people. I having no barber coming to my house. Like, if I said, what'd you do to my son? I'm like, girl, everything. Come here, let me tell you about it. No, I'm kidding.
I'm with it. I'm with it. Your son came here of his own accord, and I did some shit to him.
And he ain't leaving. He upstairs. Go make him some breakfast. No, I'm not disrespectful. It would be a conversation if Barbara was having some challenges, but that's why I don't date 20-year-olds. But he had great conversation. He was interesting. Like, the conversation flowed, and we decided to meet up for dinner. He walked in, and he was not 40. He was not 40 at all. He probably was closer to, like, he was
60.
older than my mother. Yeah.
Christ.
Coogee, like the original Coogee sweater. Like,
Coogee.
The Biggie Coogee? The Biggie Coogee?
In the middle of his pants. Like, khakis, like, with the crease in the middle. Daddy loafers, a Kangol, and a gold tooth. Like, the gold tooth is really rotten. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm praying, like, don't come to my table. Like, don't come to my table. That's somebody's daddy coming for an anniversary party. That's not my date. He looks dead at me and is like,
he lies it.
Oh my no! And he admits to lying. Like, he was like, I said, so I'm gonna just say this out loud. You don't like the picture. He was like, well, that's from a couple years ago. I was like, first of all, sir, a couple is 2.
A few years.
A couple is 2. This is like a 10 years ago picture, maybe more. He says, well, I typically like younger women, so I needed to attract them with a younger picture. And I'm like, but you're not a younger man. So he asked to see my feet during that date. That was something. I was so embarrassed. And luckily, I did have a Bengals game to go to, like, that night. So I had a reason to get up and go early, but I ate that salad so fast. I paid the way. He went to the bathroom. I gave the waiter the money for the meal, and as soon as he came back, I was like, I gotta go.
Maybe it is too.
I gotta go. I will pay for a guy's meal in a heartbeat, especially if the date is burnt. That's what I call it. That's so.
Oh.
The date, if
damn,
I will have waiters.
She pay for your meal. That's a bad sign.
Well, no, it's not. It's not. Sometimes I've had such a good time on the date where I'm like, you know what? Let me get this one. You can get the next one. That's my way of inviting you to another date, like opening the door to see me again.
Okay.
Like, I had such a good time. Let me pay for this one. Like, if you're okay with it, like, not the flex, but to be like, I would love for you to pay for the next one. You pick what we do.
Hey, I like that.
Okay.
That is dope. It's the way to show interest.
That's dope. That's dope as
Yeah.
Show interest. It's a green flag, so to speak.
Agree, because guys need validation too. And I'm not gonna waste your time or your money. Dating's expensive, so if I don't see something there after the first date, I don't enjoy another one, and I don't cut it off. I don't ghost because ghosting is childish. I'll say, you know what? The girl who you're looking for is out there. She's just not me.
I like that. That takes the second guessing out of it, like, because guys will sometimes wonder, like, oh, did she like me? Did she want to go on a second date or whatever? And then you give out a real life invitation to another date. Takes the guesswork out of it. I like that.
Yeah. It is childish, and it's easy to say, like, you know what? I don't think we're a match. I think you're a great person. I just don't think for what we're both wanting. We need to do it again. And sometimes they don't want to hear it. Sometimes guys don't want to hear defeat. And they're like, nah, what I do, what I say. And I'm like, it's not really about you. I don't feel like we need to do it again. And then
what I think one of the biggest problems that between men and women that we have is women will mature a lot faster than men on average. But the problem with that is once we mature and you're mature, it jails easier, because when you're a mature woman and you tell me, hey, and I don't even think that gap is too far away. Like, people always try to act like the mature gap is way like out here. Like, a man will generally tell you everything he thinks about you on that date. Generally. His first impression of you, what he wants to do with you, where this relationship, he'll give you every answer that you're ever looking for. And more often than not, women overlook it because, you know, he looks fancy, or he looks like he's got money, or he looks like he's put together, or like, oh my God, this is the most handsome man I've seen.
Or
so it's like,
ego. I don't want to interrupt our female ego of how dare you not like me? I'm the shit. Like that. Mm-hmm. That I hear often. Like, he didn't want a second date. What's wrong with him? It's like, honey, it wasn't about him. Like, it was his choice.
And we can tell the honest to God truth, because one of the things I was arguing with a guy we were having a debate the other day about sex on the first date. Now, I'm kind of where you were. Like, me and my wife got together at 19. We got married at 25. So my quote unquote dating experience was all in my high school years. And I don't even call it dating, because I wasn't taking bitches nowhere. So, like, I just had a bunch of sex and had a bunch of girlfriends.
He was holding books and walking to class.
So I wouldn't even really call it dating. Yeah. But the older I get, like, I always like to play this random game called If My Wife Was to Leave Me.
Oh, okay.
You gonna cry hard.
I would. But the way that I'm set up now, I think half of it is because I've been in a successful relationship for going on 15 years. And then I think the other half is having these conversations with single men and single women and hearing the bullshit that they go through. I'm of the mindset of, I'm going to tell you everything up front. Like, I mean, Bobby can relate to this. Like, I grew up a nerd. And
before it was cool.
Way before it was cool. So I didn't get a lot of love for being a nerd. So I had to develop a different personality, not based on the shit that I love, just so I could get girls.
That's upsetting.
It is. But we don't, like, that's one of the things that we don't talk about.
Yeah.
You know, like, not us as far as this podcast, because we've talked about it, but, like, to me anyway, it kind of sounds like that overused adage of, I was teased about my curves my whole life, and now no, you weren't teased about your curves. Like, unless it was a white guy teasing you. White boys didn't like ass until the past 10, 15 years.
True story. I got teased in high school or elementary school because I ran track, and my Jackie Joyners was developed pretty early. My little lady cheeks were cheeking in 8th grade. And the little white girl's like, it looks like a hippopotamus is stuck to your butt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't understand. I internalized it, like, is something wrong with my butt? And God bless my grandmother. And she was like, tell them they daddy like it. And I was like, well, I'm 14. So
right. I'm not going to say that.
I'm not going to say that, but I keep it in my back pocket for high school. And I got to use it. I almost got into a fight, but that's not the conversation. Okay.
But yeah, like we got teased so much for even liking nerdy stuff that I developed a whole different personality. But now I'm 34 years old. If I had to go back into the dating market, like, look, this is what I like. This is what I'm expecting this date to go like. I'm attracted to you. You are pretty to me. I would enjoy having sex with you tonight before we even order dinner.
You don't know that. She might be a complete idiot. Like, you might find out, like, she mispronounces quinoa or something and be like, the fuck is this?
And you know what? And the thing about it now
what's this canoa?
It's canoa.
The thing that I've grown to accept about myself.
Yeah.
Again, it could just be because I've been in a successful relationship. I don't have time to lie and play games. I don't lie anymore. Like, if I go into, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if I was to say that up front and she proves to be an idiot or, dead as a piece of driftwood or whatever the case may be, I also have a tagline. I reserve the right when the facts change, I reserve the right to change my mind. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? This is what I expect this date to go like. All right. Now, throughout this date, if you give me a reason not to go with my original thought, you gave me new facts, which means I don't want to have sex with you anymore.
Well, you gotta stop accepting.
There's something about that. Like, but I'm just that type of person. I don't have the energy at 34 years old to lead you on. Yeah. I don't have the energy to be led on. So I'm going to expect the same truthfulness out of you that I'm giving out to you.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get all of this out the way. Like, all right, yeah, you cute, but I don't really see this going nowhere. Yeah. Like, we might go home and have fun tonight, but you and me are not going to jail. Like,
don't waste your energy then. Don't put out don't accept any energy you're not interested in returning. So if you don't, she's cute, but there'll be a cute, intelligent woman that comes right after that. But you're too busy drilling old dumbass. So she's passing you by. But that's
like funny. One of the conversations I had the other day is I've never dated a girl that was into the same shit that I'm into. Even to this day, like, me and my wife are complete opposite sides of the spectrum. Like, we made it work because we have enough things in common to where none of that shit matters. She has the shit that she likes, I have the shit that I like, and then we come together in the middle. But I've never dated a girl that was into anime the way that I'm into anime. I've never dated a girl that was into video games the way that I'm into video games. Same way with, superheroes. Same way with cartoons. Same, like, anything that I look in my mind and be like, damn, that's kind of nerdy. Like, I've never dated a girl like that because I was never able to put myself out there as that.
Now, those girls are hard to come by, Brandon.
Facts.
They're not. Have you been on IG and TikTok?
Maybe now.
How many of them girls live here?
Well, I was raised on comic books and superheroes.
And that's still social media, so they could still be lying. So
that's true. But I think sometimes they're trying to conform. Like, but it's okay if I don't want to buy the latest, Xbox game. That doesn't mean I can't enjoy it with you on occasion, and share the things we like to do together. Like, you might not be into acting. I'm not gonna force you into that. I'm gonna have my thing because I'm my own person.
I love watching movies.
Right. So we can enjoy having some movies together. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I do agree that sometimes, especially as adolescents, we get shunned into hiding who we are. And then we spend a good 13, 14. Sometimes people never figure out who they actually are. And that's where they have so many challenges in their interpersonal relationships. But I like iPhone. It's okay. We're going to start a support group
I ain't thinking about
affected by the iPhone.
Yeah, I don't think I'll go back. I don't think I'll go to iPhone. I have too many Apple products. But anyway, or any Android products. Everett, was that any more questions about 100 dates?
The best date you had. Come on now, 100.
Well, it's kind of a sad story. So the best date that I had was with a guy. We met up, we talked, we had a great time. I was familiar with him from work. I actually had to remind him that I was actually interested because he was freaked out that he might get in trouble from talking, because I was in recruiting. So he was worried that somebody in HR might blow the whistle on him. And I'm like, I'm not in HR. I'm a recruiter. So first of all, I do what I want. Okay. Second of all, I like you. Let's go out. And I kind of prompted that. We had a great conversation. He offered to drive me home. I was like, sure. Took me home. We sat in the car and talked for like 3 more hours. Like before I left the car, he was like, I'd love to take you on another date. It was just a conversation and connecting. It wasn't a fancy date. We went to like Butterbees out here in Amelia. And he was dating Butterbees.
I love them burgers.
They do slap. That's what, like, you gotta be careful. Slap. You gotta be careful with Butterbees. They put extra drugs in their food.
Yeah, that shit crack.
It is. But we end up, he was, I think, date 83. We ended up getting engaged. And he was date 83 all the way to date 100. And about 2 months before we were supposed to get married, I found out that he was doing some weird shit. Paying women for pictures and videos. And I let it go. I let it be. But yeah, I was already kind of figuring out that he wasn't who I thought he was, and he was conditioned to pretend. So it was 2 people. It wasn't a good match, but we had a lot of good fun, and it was a sad relationship to let go of. But yeah, it was the best date I had because it was just 2 people connecting. But what I didn't realize was he was really just conforming and gathering data to find out who I was, so that he could shape shift a little bit to keep me attracted to him. Mm-hmm. So it was the best date by default because I know I was getting got. But the second date that was the best that I still remember, it was early on in the process. And the guy I was going out with, he was like, hey, I don't want you to put on any makeup. Don't do your hair. Don't get fancy. Just, can I come pick you up? And we're just going to go outside. And I'm a planner. So I was kind of freaked out. Like, I can't even put on no like lip gloss. Like, like I panicked. Like, okay. And I don't wear a lot of makeup anyway. Because I have to be made up for like shows and stuff sometimes. So when I'm myself, I just look like to be me. But and I don't do a lot with wigs and weave unless it's for something special. But I put on some sweatpants, the t-shirt, and he picked me up in his truck, and we literally drove to Columbus, got ice cream, and came back. And it was like a 4-hour date. You need your lashes. Honey, men don't actually give a shit about our eyelashes.
We do not.
Thank you.
Or makeup.
It's for you. Like, I would wear lashes if I was going out with you, Bean.
Fuck about your eyelashes.
Or your spanks.
I would put on a cute outfit to go out with Bean, and that would be what it would be for. Like, I want you to be like, oh girl, where'd you get that shit? I made it. I'm a designer. Like that's what I want. Like, it's not for y'all. Okay. Yeah, I do dress up when I'm going out on a date, but because I know men are visual creatures and I want to put forth my best impression. But thank you. You like it, and it is for you. Like, you do what makes you feel the most beautiful. But it was a dope date. We just talked and laughed and saw sights. We got out a couple weird stops along the road and picked up knickknacks in strange little butthole towns in Ohio, and it was just connecting. Like, I found out like that my love language wasn't like gifts, and it was really hardcore quality time. And I like the spontaneity of it, where it was like, this isn't a fancy date. Like, you don't need to put on cute clothes. Like, I just want to be around you. Okay. And that was like a level of acceptance that I had.
He got rid of your representative before you got a chance to show him her.
Yeah, and my representative is only like a 1.1 version higher than me. Like, I will put on deodorant And maybe draws, like maybe not. Depends on what the pants is doing and what my fupa's doing.
Oh no, it's better without.
Well, okay. You married. I'm not. So we're gonna agree to disagree on that one. But
no single man is gonna tell you to put on underwear.
Yeah, that's true. I thought you
nope.
My fupa. That's true story. That's true story. It's my protective. It's my cooter protector. That's what I call my fupa.
Flavor. That's the headrest. That's the headrest.
You know, depends on
like
the position.
More
but that's
it's more of a genuine experience. It
was great.
So
yeah.
May I ask why didn't that go anywhere? Like,
he was still married.
Damn.
Oh, God damn.
I mean, is that really such a big deal? I mean, a little marriage never stopped. No, I'm kidding.
Well, when his wife contacted me for a job, that made it weird. Like, that's the funny part about 100 dates. That's why I need to put it in production and get it out of my brain. Is because like the dates would start off so married. They do. Because we provide something that they aren't getting at home, but it's shitty if you don't. That's shitty in his first place, but just he didn't tell me they were separated, but they weren't divorced completely. And when several weeks later,
that's
she
different.
messaged me like,
he was on the way out.
That's just one step away from divorced.
It wasn't. They had been separated for like a year, but still dealing with each other, And I'm like, that's messy, and I don't do that.
She was fucking somebody else too. Quit playing.
A year
That's
ain't
not my
enough time,
business. That's not my business. I'm not about to have nobody come to me as a woman. That is not how I live my life. That is not how I live my life. Yeah, no games, please.
So okay. I did want to ask you about your fashion designing.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on. Back up. I got one last question on that.
Okay.
Keep it short. The one thing you wish you would have known before you started along that process of that 100 dates. The one thing you wish you'd have known.
People's opinions don't matter, and don't expect anything, but accept everything. I have to put those two together.
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
appreciate it.
Now,
absolutely.
I would like to ask you about your fashion designing. I see you like to incorporate a lot of African garb into your designs.
That's right up my alley.
Yeah. Can you kind of tell us about your fashion designing journey?
For sure. So I've been an upcycler. My mom taught me how to sew by hand when I was little, crochet, stuff like that. So like I'm hella domestic. But I was oldest of 4, and so I'm the oldest of everybody. So there was no real hand-me-downs, but sometimes I would get my mom's old clothes. And, stuff that was popping in the 60s and 70s is cool now, but not like in the 80s and 90s. So I would like cut the sleeves off of something or glue like puff balls on it. And then I got teased, of course, because who's gluing puff balls to shit, in the 5th grade? Like, it's weird. My mom would do it too. She would have I would have matching puff ball earrings. She'd make a headband out of it. She was a stay-at-home mom, and she had me when she was 15. So my mother had limited resources, just life experience. So she was doing the best she could with her and my stepdad. And so she was like, no one can steal this because it's yours. And if somebody else walks across the street with a puffball jacket, that's your shit.
It's yours.
So I got real comfortable with looking like Alishia. And that was weird for other people. Some people love it. Some people are like, that's weird. You don't have the latest matching Guess outfit. And I'm like, no, but you will never find one of these ever.
Thanks.
Unless you take it off my dead body, because that's the only way you're getting it. So I got comfortable with just looking like me, and it saved me from falling into like a lot of fuck shit as I grew, because everybody was doing one thing, and I'd be like, y'all are weird. I'm be over here being weird too. Like, my friends were nerds. Like, I wish Sonny was on this podcast. He would call me Queen of the Nerds in high school because all my friends were rejects and weirdos. Like, I had girls like, you should be with us in cheerleading. I was like, my mom will kick my ass if that skirt's too short. I don't think so. Yep. Let's go read books and pretend to shoot each other with sticks. Like, I was a weird ass kid, but I loved it there. Like, it was like my savior. And as I got older, I would go to events and galas, and I would always have trouble finding clothes that made me feel powerful. It was always like a cookie cutter or watered down version of what the next girl looked like. And I would go to parties or places and see women that looked in the exact same outfit that I had on. I'm like, that's a self-expression. And now I can't self-express if you can go to Sears behind me and pick up the smaller size or the bigger size. So I started to experiment, add sleeves to something, add ruffles, dye it different colors, go to the thrift store, find stuff, buy stuff new, change it up, alter it to make it fit me. Because I'm top heavy and middle, and then bottom heavy. So I've got, not a typical, people make clothes for white women for the most part. And now there's more brands for women of color, but back then it wasn't. So I started to make my own clothes, and my coworkers would be like, "Oh, where'd you get that?" And I'm like, "I made it," and they wouldn't believe me. And I'm like, "Fuck you." But I was at TJ Maxx, and I had on this cute, it was like African print with a little leather pocket I made, and a woman came up behind me, and she was like, "Where did you get that?" And I was like, "Oh, I made it," and she bought it off my back. Like,
oh damn!
That little was like, "I will pay you right now to buy for that shirt." And I was like,
okay,
I'll be the dressing room. Give me 1 second, glad I got a t-shirt under this. Like, and I made my first sale on a happenstance, and I was like, okay, maybe I should take this a little bit more seriously. And from then, like, it was perfect timing. I quit my job of 8 years and took my savings and opened up my business. And I love the idea. Typically, if I would like African print stuff, it was only in dashikis or something that was like super traditionally African. Yeah. And I'm like, but how dope would it be just to have an African trench coat, African print trench coat? I'm representing my culture, my heritage. I did the African ancestry. Like, I'm 83% Cameroon mixed with some weird East Coast stuff. Like, my people were some travelers. They like little Asian spice up and down the seaboards. But I wanted to represent like the authentic of me as I could possibly, while still being super unique. So I don't make a lot of anything. So if I make something, I might make one or two. But the whole point is, when you go out, this is yours. This is a reflection of you. Yeah. And you're not going to bump into somebody with the same outfit on. Even if I make something that's similar, I'll change it up so that it's not 100% the same. And that takes a lot from me because I don't have a manufacturer right now. I make the stuff myself. But I feel when somebody buys a custom piece for me, like, I feel like when they put it on, I see their face light up. And like, even prom, like, prom is a crazy season for me. I only take 2 prom clients a year. And both of my girls were plus size women, like, they're plus size young ladies. And they had references of things that they liked. And I was like, scrap all of that. How do you feel beautiful? What parts of your body do you want to accentuate? What parts of the body do you want to be more modest with? And just being able to have a conversation about something so personal. Clothes are personal. Like, people make it seem it's just anything, but you wouldn't wear that t-shirt and that hat backwards unless you felt powerful in it. Like, you felt good about yourself in it. You wouldn't wear that. You want to fuck me, not just because we're on the podcast, but you were somehow you feel represented by that shirt. And so that's
fuck me, bitch.
Exactly. All that energy is in your outfit right now. And so like, that's how you present to the world. And I wanted to give, Black and brown people more opportunity to represent, themselves. Even if it's not wearing something in African print, that you're buying this from a brown woman who's doing this not because she wants to make a buck, but because she's passionate about how we look and how we present to the world. Like, my biggest flex was wearing my own designs, like an interview, and wearing African print to an interview and being like, I'm done. I'm bomb. You gonna cut the check or not? Like, so yeah. And I'm going to Paris this year. I got accepted to Paris Fashion Week.
Oh, so, damn, really? Oh,
round of applause.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I might need to come work under you, too. I'm going to just work under a whole bunch of people.
That's fine. I need somebody to document this journey.
One of our shirts or some shit.
Yeah, I'm not wearing that one, though.
Damn.
I'll make it a crop top. And it'll just say "you can't" on there, and then
you can't.
We can't make it up. Like,
we got the women empowerment shirts too. When the Roe v. Wade shit came out, we developed the shirt. No, not that one.
I know.
We developed a shirt. And actually, I got the quote from Mufaro, which is funny. But it's guns have more
rights.
Guns have more rights than women, and we developed it into a shirt. So it was,
But both will kill you.
Yeah, and women will kill you faster.
No, if we have the power to create life, it's just there shouldn't be so many restrictions about it. But that's a whole accountability conversation. We can do that on maybe episode 69.
Episode 69 is gonna be nothing but sex. So
deal.
It's 69. We can't really do a episode 69 as much shit as we talk and not let it be about sex.
True. Well, yeah, I've got a lot of interesting takes on that too.
Yeah. Well, I'm I ain't gonna say it on here.
Okay, fair enough.
But
no, yeah, my fashion stuff, I'm really excited about it. I've gotten to dress people in some films. Some of my stuff has been featured on commercials and TV, so I'm just blessed to be able to people to pay attention to my stuff. I had a sold out show. My first solo fashion show was May 7th, and I sold it out completely. Had to add seats, had to have security turn people away at the door. It was wild.
That is lovely.
Yeah.
That's dope. I like that you keep the stuff limited. That's one thing I've never liked about like mass produced shit. Like I think it's very
everybody can get it.
It's accessible to everybody. Like there's no individuality about it anymore. It's I get it. It's consumerism. That's what you want. You want ideally, limiting it is counterintuitive, but I think it's dope that you keep it limited. I think it means more that you care, and I'm sure you put your care and hard work into everything because it's not like where it's going. It's not going to end up on the floor in the back room at Target or some shit.
Right.
You know that the people appreciate what you create. Like you said, you don't have a manufacturer. It's not a bunch of Asians in a room doing it. It's you.
Right.
I think it's
and on top of that,
appreciation.
Even on top of that, like doing a fashion show with pieces where the collection is only maybe 2 or 3 pieces, that alone is an accomplishment because it's like the whole purpose of a fashion show is to show, okay, look at this piece. We made 1,000 of these. Anybody can go buy it. Like to be able to sell out a fashion show and people know when they come see Alishia, all these pieces are dope, but only one of us is gonna walk out with that dress.
Right.
Yeah, so,
you know what I'm saying? Only one of us is gonna get that. Like everybody in here can't get that. Like that alone is that to me, it's an elevated way of thinking.
Makes the value higher.
Because
it does. And I don't sell a lot, believe it or not. Like I don't sell a lot of things on my website. One, because I source it and I source it ethically. Like if I'm getting African pieces, I'm actually ordering it from an African manufacturer, like somebody that makes the garment, the fabric in Africa. I'm not buying it from a watered down website that just put African print on polyester. Like I'm actually going to the source. And so when my price point isn't like, and I have to compete with fast fashion, like no shade to like the Fashion Novas and the Shein of the world, but to your point, that's mass produced. Anybody can get it. It's made overseas. We already have trade embargo issues happening from the US and China. So as soon as they shut out, all y'all's Friday night outfits is out the door. Y'all gonna have to figure it out with a Target fit. But my stuff's more expensive because I am making it and it's only one.
Yeah.
So
and it should be.
That's exactly. Yeah,
and
so
the
my
price is the price. God damn it!
Right.
You come and ask for no handouts, no discounts and shit.
I will give a good discount to my mom.
Drops up the value.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree.
Mom definitely deserves a discount.
Not my mama. My mama pay extra. My models. I said my models.
Oh, your models.
Yeah, because models are often underpaid or not paid at all. So if you do a fashion show for me, I give you a discount on your item, or I give it to you, for free. So I do it with my brand ambassadors too.
Yeah.
I can love it. I make men's stuff too.
We definitely need some brand ambassadors.
Definitely.
I got some
brand ambassador for your
fact, hold on a second.
Okay.
There we go. I got my bow ties and pocket squares with some African print.
Hey.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
So yeah, I'm getting into the men's. I'm getting more into the men's stuff because y'all need to look good too.
Facts.
Yes,
Appreciate
absolutely.
Yeah.
I need something for a nigga with a belly.
Got you. I make clothes for people with bodies.
Hey.
Whether you got muscles up top or your muscles is a little bit lower on your chest, it's fine.
You make medium-sized t-shirts?
I do.
Medium.
Medium for your guy down here?
Yes. Extra medium if you want to look super swole.
No, I don't need that. I just like it fitted, you know.
I understand.
I like that baggy shit.
Yeah. Oh shit. Are you working on anything? Are you working on any film right now? Like I know you've written a couple things and starred in a couple things, starred in some things that you've written.
Yeah. So, that was recently. Yeah, that was more recent. Coffee is done. Coffee is in post-production now. And that's a story about two people kind of breaking up. You go through the life cycle of a relationship in a year. And myself and Christian Smith, shout out to Christian Smith. He's an amazing co-star. And Bernard Fields shot it. But it was my first time directing. So really excited to get my first written and directed project out. That's finished. I just shot a couple weeks ago, Consecrate with Chris Gordy, who it's like a thriller kind of horror. It's more cerebral. You kind of got to pay attention to it before you realize like how creepy it actually is. Do that. I love working with indie artists. We wrapped Regina King's movie. That was a little bit earlier this year. I was in Regina King's film. That was crazy to be on that set. And then, I've got some things slated for this year. I am working on getting 100 Dates written as a feature. We had it written in so many different formats, but I'd rather just do it one and done. And instead of just telling my story too, it also tells a story of a parallel guy who's kind of going through dating as a single father. So I want to tell both sides of the story in one setting. So that'll
be dope.
We're writing that now. So yeah. But right now, fashion. This is in my fashion year. I got nominated for Best Designer in Ohio. I find out
congratulations.
Month. Thank you. Like it's coming up. Everything's coming up, Alicia. It's freaking me out a little bit. I'm doing a show in Atlanta, the Car and Bikini show in Atlanta. You got some big day. You're there? Awesome. Come down.
All I heard was bikini.
Fair enough. And some of the things I make are little, some things I make are not. So you'll get an eyeful. And I have models of all sizes. So if you like a little rain or if you like the thunder, I got something for everybody.
You got a monsoon up down there?
I do have a monsoon. Walking on my set. And I'm like, now I might have to change her name on my phone to Monsoon because I feel watery when she walks. I'm like, God damn it. That's a fine bitch right there.
Damn. Wait. Goddamn.
I think we gotta wait to find out.
Yeah, you have to see it. But yeah, it's those are what's going on this year. Yeah, Paris is in September, so that's taking up a lot of my mental space. But I don't turn down too many great projects. So if you feel something else,
Fashion Week in Paris is like that's up there. So that's it. So
it's not it. It's just it this year.
I mean, not it, but
not like that's it for you. But it's
that's like the Grammys of fashion.
Right. Exactly.
It is. And I'm low-key terrified. Like that's the biggest platform I've had. I've done, and I've only been doing this for about 5 years. And my first fashion show that I was ever in was in 2020. I did one the end of 21. And so mine is the one this year. So to go from doing my first show this year to one Fashion Week this fall, like that for me is just wild. That's wild.
I'm glad we got you before you blew up and act like you don't know it.
Right. We got to watch your sheet.
Have you met me? You met me in person. You know I'm going to be like, what you doing?
Type shit.
Y'all want me to talk? Y'all want me to talk some more on y'all thing?
Oh yeah, we definitely gotta have you back after Fashion Week. That's gonna be dope.
I might have like a beret on and like
I'm with it.
A long cigarette.
I definitely expect you to come back speaking French.
Not a chance.
Right.
Not a chance. English. I got that solid. I have a very large vocabulary in English. We're gonna baby step it. I can speak just enough Spanish to get back. Like I can speak some Spanish to get to and from. My mom speaks Spanish, so I got some residual there, but French will stay for 2023.
I know English and I know nigga.
That's all of us. That's all of us.
I know just enough to get to the pony keg and back.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's really all you need.
That's really all you need. That's all you need. Really.
I can roll a blunt, so I feel like as a black woman, I that's all I needed to do.
That's universal. That's a universal language. Roll a blunt.
Like and a backwood at that. Like I can roll a swisher and a backwood. So I feel like
oh yeah, that's different.
I never rolled a backwood before. I can roll the fuck out of swisher though.
See, you ain't been frustrated with life until you rolled a backwood. Like that's like or natural leaf. We gotta cut it out, make it cute, and then
I rolled natural leaves before.
Yeah,
backwoods is damn near natural leaf.
Oh okay. Oh
yeah.
Yeah,
so my black woman resume.
You gotta get surgical with natural leaves.
That definitely goes on your black people resume.
It goes on my black woman resume. Like I got some credentials.
Rolling that, and then what was it in 2000 or the 2010s? Maybe the early 2000s. It was Garcia Vegas. Garcia Vegas was that leaf, and nobody could get that bitch as tight as it needed to be.
We're gonna leave that where it was. We're gonna leave that back in history.
They can keep those.
I wonder if they're still in business.
They still make them.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah, I still see them like in the stores. I don't ever see nobody ordering them, but niggas is on backwoods right now. If you see a nigga with a swisher, he been smoking since the 90s. Everybody else is smoking out of backwoods or
a pen or the pen.
them vapes. That's weird.
I don't love it. But to each his own.
Yeah, for sure. I think if the guys don't have anything else, I think I got one more question for you.
So do I.
Okay. Everett, you want to do yours? Then
Real simple question. I'm listening to you rattle off all of these fabulous accomplishments. I want to know about something that we all struggle with, and what does your time management look like? Because you do so much, it seems like such a small window of time, like you have to balance so much. But you said you're a planner, so with doing all of this, how do you kind of fit it all in? Do you get the sleep that you need? Do you get everything done? Is some stuff neglected, maybe in your personal life? Have you feel like you really mastered your time management with everything that you got going on?
That's a great question, Everett. Kudos. You out here with the good juicy questions.
I told you he's our resident interviewer.
Right, I love it. I love it. When you get your own radio show, just don't forget me, okay?
Forget you.
That's mellow moves right there.
I feel like that's such a high compliment. I just feel from like the energy you give, that's a high compliment, and I accept that. I receive that love. Thank you, Everett. But to answer your question, yeah, things get neglected. I haven't mastered anything. I'm still a work in progress. I've learned how to compartmentalize, and I learned how to say no. And I've also learned how to ask for help. Like I have, mind you, with like my fashion, I can only make my clothes. But that doesn't mean I can't have somebody like place an order for me, wrap something up to ship it out. Like I leverage my kids. I'm like, I pay your mortgage. Go take this to the post office. So I do leverage my team. Like I have two beautiful women that help a lot behind the scenes. My sister's bomb at helping with the fashion show. Like she bought a billboard for me. Like I receive, I feel like I put out such good, pure energy that I'm getting it back in a time where I didn't even know I needed it. So I have an amazing group of people that help me on a regular basis. And there are times where I've got to focus in on work. Me having a high impact job that I do. Sometimes I gotta say no. Like I can't go to every event. I'm not outside a lot. Like Thursday, I was outside. They had me at nostalgia, shaking my twerk. Burgers was twerking, and I was like, okay, I gotta go to work in the morning.
Yeah, I definitely watched that IG story.
Choices had to be made. So, you saw my IG story?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
There was white boys falling out the ceiling. People were buying me drinks. I was like, I'm gonna go back inside.
That's exactly what outside is like.
It's a lot. So I can't do a lot of that because that takes up more time recovering. But I do, I think my personal life, that's part of the reason why I think I'm single right now. Is just I need someone. If I'm going to commit and submit in a relationship, they have to be someone that can be a champion for me and can understand that I have my own thing and I will make time for them, but I might not be available this week, but I still will make time for you. I might be a phone call or a FaceTime, but I might not physically be able to be around you. And having someone that's super confident enough to know that doesn't mean I'm sucking and fucking. That means I'm actually like getting to the bag. Like my kids, I have my priorities. Like I will drop anything to make sure that they're taken care of and they're managed. Like my daughter had just a hard day at school and I was supposed to go to a conference and I had to give somebody else my ticket. I'm like, hey, that would be valuable information. Catch me up tomorrow, but I've got to attend to my child. So I try to keep a balance on things that it's quality of the thing that I do versus the quantity of the thing that I do. So I think that helps with time management because I would rather sit and be here talking to y'all for 2 hours and, building relationships and having thought-provoking conversation than scrolling through Facebook. I've just gotten more particular with what I do with my time. And so that's helped. Yeah. And I say no a lot. I was
going to ask that. Is it hard for you to say no to certain things?
Hell no, it's not hard for me. That's my love language is
It sounds like she doesn't have much of a choice but to say no.
I'm like, no, or you know what? That sounds like a great idea. Can't do it today. Or I would love to if you can reschedule for 2 weeks out. Like I can plan out, but like spontaneity, I try to keep that alive in my life. Like I keep free time open. Like if I just want to go and do something, like I can. I don't feel locked into my schedule. I just know that if I'm spending time doing one thing, it's going to take away from something else. So I just have to decide what it is and if it's valuable or not.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you wanted to go out, Everett, and have some drinks and talk to me, like I would be like, okay, Everett.
For sure. For sure.
I just want to see if I can make Everett giggle a little bit, little man giggle. I love
it. Girl, I'll sop you up with a biscuit.
This nigga.
I appreciate your feedback. We all need that.
Yeah, for sure. That was a good question, Everett. And inadvertently, it kind of leads me to the question that I was going to ask. Being such a one of the things that we've kind of learned over this last year and a half, on top of time management and valuing your time, is the different struggles that you kind of have being a creative. Mm-hmm. So with you wearing so many hats and being so many different people, whether it be in your 9-to-5, quote unquote, or, when you're out there trying to just be Alishia, how do you feel that creative process, or what struggles do you have being a creative?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's personal, right? Like creating isn't, I can't make you a car. Like that's very tactical, mechanical. Like creatives is all like thought until you put your hand to it. So like I thought of movie ideas or short film ideas during this conference, our talk today. Like I've got a little notepad. So like I'm like, you know what? This will be a bomb ass scenario in a movie. This will be a dope line. I gotta give credit to them. Like I'm constantly going, and I feel like when you're a creative, you can't turn it off. So like you wake up out of your sleep and be like, damn, that's a dope topic for this podcast. Like write it down. So I've got so many notebooks that I live with, and when I call them ideation days. Like it might be a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning when the house is quiet, and I'll go through my notebook and say, okay, what do I want to act on? What idea feels like it could be something I can make happen? Or I want to share this idea with somebody else to see if they can make something happen of it. So like I'm constantly like sharing information, sharing ideas, like cycling it through myself, but that's exhausting at times because I know that I can't do everything. I want to get 100 dates done in the next year, but I've got right now, fashion's taking priority. So I've got to put that on the back burner, but I don't want to lose the momentum of that time I spent and that energy I made. So it's a challenge trying to get it all done. But I know that if I continue to follow, my passion, my thoughts, the creator, I will continue to get things done that I need to in the time that it's supposed to be. And I try to take off unrealistic expectations off myself. So I don't use the word should. Like, well, I should do this. Like, I don't use that because should is fake. It's made up. Like, I will do and I am doing. And that's good enough for me. So I try to remove any unrealistic, extra pressure because I'm a Black person. So we already got that.
Yeah.
I just try to be authentically me and do what makes me feel like I've accomplished something today. Like, all right, that's an idea for future. That's an idea for now. And continue to jot things down, put ideas where I can, just continue to create. Because I feel like when I stop doing that, that's when I'm ready to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I like
That's a good question too. Bobby, King Patty, you ain't got no questions for me, like
you're creative. What would you like to do that you haven't done yet? Or is there anything like that? Like you say you're an actor, like would you like to get into like singing, things like that? What would you like to do that you haven't yet?
Oh, that's a good question too. I would love to do, like I've been on a stage plays. I would love to do like Broadway.
Like New York Broadway or like
I would settle for Evanston Broadway, like just
wow. Not Evanston.
Shout out Dion can rap.
Definitely shout out Dion can rap.
For sure.
I don't know you, but shout out to you too. I don't know you, sir, but thanks for watching. But no, I would love to do Broadway. I love to dance. I love to sing. So incorporating all that in a play form, like that'd be so dope. I would also, this might sound crazy as hell, I would love to have like an album. Like I would love to have a mixtape because I started off, my creative stuff started off really with like poetry. I used to do spoken word and I opened up for like Tony McPherson. People. Yeah, I've got some stuff on YouTube.
Oh shit, you speaking our language.
Oh, what?
Please don't look it up.
Now we got to.
Now we are.
We ain't did our poems in a minute, bro.
Yeah,
we haven't.
I love it. Are you guys spoken word?
We like it. We played some on the podcast before.
Okay.
Yeah, like one of my favorites is Black Chakra. I love
Before we went virtual and had to deal with YouTube's guidelines, this pod was fucking lit. Like we do a lot more talking now than we ever have.
Okay.
Like we had a music segment where we would, pick our favorite songs of the week or whatever. That evolved into what we call the evolution of the sample. Where we would find a song from like the 50s or 60s or something. Somebody sampled it and everybody knows the song now, but nobody knows where it came from. So that developed into that. We had a small / Black business portion where we would just shout out different Black businesses that we were either attached to or not.
We would have people call in and let people like advertise for their own business, like let them describe their own stuff.
Yeah, we did a lot.
Black excellence, where we would take people from Black history that you wouldn't know, people who weren't shined a light upon, because everybody know Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. We was talking about people you didn't know, like Robert Smalls.
Yeah, we did one. Didn't you do Mansa Musa, Bobby?
Yeah, but that was a cheat code. Everybody, I think some people do, some people don't. But Mansa Musa, still to this day, was the richest man in history.
Yeah,
like the closest one was the Rockefellers, like John Rockefeller, I think it was. He had $350 billion. Mansa Musa had 400. Like he was still to this day the richest man in history. But that was a cheat code though. He was a king.
Yeah. But yeah, like we had a lot of segments.
Yeah.
That we spread out, and the one that we all kind of came together on and really enjoyed, and that we got the most feedback on was our spoken word. So that was one that. So once we evolve again, and we can all be back in the same space, and we can figure out how to do the virtual and add all of our old stuff back in, like this will be real. Like this is, even with us being a year and a half in, like we're still at the beginning, because we've already had like 4 different versions of this podcast.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's
we started
natural.
out one way and we learned something. It was like, oh, let's incorporate this. Oh, well, we got off of that. Let's incorporate this.
Yeah.
So we've got so many talents between the three of us, and our circle is widening as the days go on.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So where we're at now, like, we all kind of feel like, fuck, the sky is the fucking, like, that's not even a limit anymore for us.
No.
Like, that's where it was when we started. It was like, the sky's the limit. Like, we can do whatever. Like, the way that our circle is growing now, like, we all believe that we have the potential to develop this into whatever the fuck we want to.
Absolutely. And for a year and a half, you guys will still be going strong.
Yeah.
Still having good technology. I can see y'all, hear y'all clearly. Like, I've been on a lot of on a lot of platforms, and this is super professional. You guys communicate. So shout out to all three of y'all for just putting together this dope platform and continuing to do a year and a half in, because some people, they fall flat or lose focus, and you committing a couple hours out of your day to make something that might impact somebody else. So that's super dope. Super proud of y'all.
And the only thing that I brag on personally, I don't know if the guys do it, but what I brag on personally is that this is episode 68. This is week 69. We have not missed a week in 69 weeks. We missed 1 week. And it was because of technology. Something happened. All of networks went down, so we couldn't record that day. But we still met. So as far as all three of us, we have not missed seeing each other in 69 weeks.
That's awesome. Y'all got better track record than Beyonce now.
Yeah, like that's the one thing that I boast about personally when people ask me about the podcast is like, we're 68 weeks straight. We have not taken a week off.
Right.
So that's the only thing that I really brag about outside of, us being able to even stick with it. Because stick with it is good enough. But to be able to do it consistently is something that I kind of want to, actually we've had this conversation. Like, we kind of want to pride ourselves on that. Is that we're consistent. You're going to see us every week. Every Wednesday we have not missed a Wednesday except for that 1 week. We have not missed a Wednesday. That's when our audio drops.
Okay.
So, video's live right now, obviously, and it'll live on YouTube. But our audio drops every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, people hear us. So
that's awesome. I'm super happy to be a part of it.
For me.
Yeah, as you should. Pat yourself on the back, fellas.
I be trying.
Us.
Oh shit. But yeah, anybody else got any questions for the
talent acquisition? Talent acquisition. Social media making it easier or harder? Because everybody thinks that they have it.
Okay, Maul.
Ooh, so meaning like just the recruiting part of it, like as far as like employer branding.
I'm sure you got to go through a whole lot of people, and I don't want to say vet them, but social media has made it more so you can put yourself out there a lot more. And the way it used to be, you had to go through different channels and gatekeepers. It's not like that anymore. You can kind of more so put yourself out. And with you being in charge of that or having a hand in it at least, do you find like it's easier to find it, or you got to like dig just a little bit deeper and to see who really has it?
Yeah, I'd say combination of both, really, because like one, your resume, I still go through traditional recruitment channels, like looking through LinkedIn, people apply to jobs that I have open, things like that. I don't use social media like to creep on people, because that can get you into some legal challenges. Like if you could find out that, somebody's super pro Black, then they're like, oh, I don't want to hire you because you're too radical. I could sue you now, and now I could pick you up top because you decided to choose something that was not work related to my job and chose me not to hire for it. So there's EEO is still a real strong, a factor in recruitment. But for me, like when I'm looking at people, I do look at how they present on LinkedIn. Like, are you sharing things that showcase you as a thought leader or professional? It makes it a little bit harder because sometimes it feels like everybody has something to say. but often it's not an original thought. They're just, sharing or repeating things that they heard. So depending on the role, like if I'm looking at like a social media content writer or something like that, I'm looking at what are they saying that's authentic that I can't copy and paste and see 18 memes pop up on. Or, if they're somebody in the finance industry, are they bringing ideas to the conversation when I ask them, so what are we doing wrong as a company? And they've taken time to like research that and go, actually, I noticed that XYZ wasn't on your website, or I did some research and found out you're not diversifying your portfolios, whatever the case may be. So for me, like I'm super passionate about getting the right people in the right space. So taking the time to vet people out in the traditional ways still is important, but also making sure they're actually a person. And employers can't just say, we got a job, conform to all these things now. Like employers really have to cater to the employee. And for the first time in ages, companies are realizing I will quit for less. I will take less money and take my peace and my pride and be out this door. So now, like, even when I'm teaching, like when I'm having my DEI classes, right now the hot topic is that it's diversity, equity, inclusion, but belonging is that B. The people aren't talking about the B. I'm in this corporation and I don't see any Black women in power. I don't see any Black women leaders. So what does that tell me internally? That tells me that I will never make it to be a leader in this company. So companies are looking and saying, okay, shit, we done fucked up. How can we promote our people and raise them up? But also, how can we understand that diversity is not a dirty word? Diversity doesn't mean Black people only. It means let's remove any barriers that would prevent a certain class from getting to that next level. And if your culture is built to keep me out of off the table and out the door, then that's a problem. And companies are you're able to see it now. Like, okay, if I'm looking at your job ad and it's only white people that are 70 on there, you're advertising to white 70-year-olds saying, come work here. If I don't see Keisha or Raheem in that job advertisement, I'm not going to apply because you're not even looking. It's permeating through every portion. Are your job ads and your advertising on your website, are they multicultural? Are your requirements for your job? Do I have to have a bachelor's degree? I have several degrees, but I don't need a degree to do this job. So why is that prohibiting me to being considered? So companies are really having to look at really themselves holistically and say, are we attracting the best talent, or are we just trying to keep whoever's in here? Right. So that's talent acquisition is a whole space. Like, I can nerd out on some talent acquisition and some diversity, equity, inclusion. Like, don't get me started. I'm a wire gone too. Like, I love it, but it's important because for so long we've been kept out of the conversation. Like, and I've left companies because I felt like, hey, we aren't talking to HBCUs. Why aren't we talking to HBCUs? If we put $3 billion into campus recruitment and not a dollar of that has dropped into a HBCU, and I say HBCU, and they go, hibiscus corn umbrella.
What's that?
And it's like, no, why aren't we talking? You want diversity, or you just want to say you want diversity? So being able to hold people accountable in my current role and hold companies accountable on even unconscious bias, like me going to an interview with my locks and being like, this does not change with my professionalism, or if I wear my natural hair, or if I just choose to wear, an African print outfit, like you can no longer afford to not see me as a person.
Right.
So that part of talent acquisition is evolving and changing, and it's so ripe right now. Like I love that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I love it. Whew. Yeah. I got warm talking about that. Like, God damn it. Give me good jobs. Good jobs for everybody.
Oh shit.
We definitely gotta have Alishia back.
That is a fact.
Thank you guys. Had a great time.
That was great. I think we might have got everything, at least for this iteration.
For this one, yeah.
Yeah, right. For this one, I think we might have got everything.
Yeah, Everett gonna creep some more and dig up some more of my skeletons for next time. Fine.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what Everett does. Like, that's
Everett's
why this.
Stalker.
Yeah, essentially.
Well, I really like this part of it. I like talking to people. Um, like I said, you're only really the second woman we've ever had on here. Um, so to get different perspective, feedback, experiences, I value that a lot, and I think it's just a breath of fresh air, and we don't get to do this often. You and I have some of the same viewpoints, but as you said, you've lost friends and you know associates over the way that you think. So, and it takes balls to just say what you have to say, think it, and put it out there. And who don't like it, fuck it. Um,
Fucking people.
so and also I know it's not easy being on a podcast with all this masculine energy, but you held your own, and we appreciate it.
Definitely.
I love it. I told y'all I'm single. I love masculine energy.
Hey.
You gonna have to come on an episode where we be a little bit more toxic. Those the fun.
That's fun too. Like everybody has a toxic side. I just left mine at.
What's your toxic trait?
My toxic trait? I am furiously impatient. I am impatient because like if I can do it faster and better than you can, I will do that, and I will hold you accountable for letting me down.
Okay. I'm with it.
I'm working on it.
You niggas that's looking and googly eyeing and all that shit while y'all looking at her, yeah, y'all know that she impatient. So remember that.
She move fast.
Don't make it weird, Bobby. No, I think I have a high tolerance. I have a low tolerance for fuckery. So like I don't like people that tell me they're gonna do something and then like don't tell me about it unless it's in progress. Like I don't talk about anything that I'm doing. I just do it. And you see it. And it's like, oh, you did that. Yep. Enjoy it.
Got it done.
So don't tell me like if you're in my life and you're telling me one day we gonna no. Is it booked? Did you send me a calendar invite? Like do we need to talk about how much it costs? But don't sell me dreams. I don't do that.
I'm with it.
Fair enough.
I might have to use that.
Yeah.
All right. So this has been another episode. We got a lot of good information out of Alishia.
Absolutely.
We realized that she is a star in the making. Even I didn't know that shit. So she gonna be rich and famous here in a little bit, and we have to have her back for sure.
Please do.
Again, thank you for joining the conversation. It was dope. I told the guys before, our behind the scenes pre-production before, we reached out to you. I told them, I was like, hey, she's dope. She's dope. She's a good personality. She'll blend. She can hold her own. Like, cause one of the, like, even the way Everett said, you're only the second woman that we've had on the pod. And that's not even something that we shy away from, but the way that, the way that we get, especially like the next time you come, you'll probably see it. The way that we get when we just kicking shit and it's not the first time that all of us are beating you and we want to learn more about you, when it's just like, hey, you're just here for an episode, you'll see what I mean. But we exude a lot of, sometimes it's not even masculine energy. We just talk shit.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that just can't handle the way that we talk shit. So
exactly.
We always a lot of shit. Yeah, like, and it's not that we've shied away from inviting women. It's just always that back end of if we invite somebody and they just kind of shut down.
Oh no!
Like at the end of the day, we still want to create content, so we kind of get selective. Like when we bring men in, it's easy because men are very easy to adapt to whatever situation they're in. It's like, oh, they talk shit like this. All right, fuck it, I'm gonna just join in.
We talking shit.
Yeah. Like you don't really get women that are that easily adjustable. So,
shout out to my mom and dad.
Yeah. So, you set the bar. You set the bar for all the women that'll come behind you.
Awesome, ladies. This is me from the past. You're going to do great. Unstick yourself. Relax. It's okay. Trust yourself. You're going to be fine.
Yeah, just be you.
Yeah. That's hard for a lot of people. That's so hard for a lot of people.
It is.
It's not even their fault. They weren't allowed to be themselves. So now they're trying to figure it out.
So again, thank you. Before we do our taglines and our closing, is there, I mean, you've pretty much covered everything that's coming for you. Do you want to shout out any of your socials, your website, where people can find you, any shows you might have coming up in the city or anywhere really, because we're pretty global. But
everywhere. Yes. So thank you guys all for having me. Bobby, Everett, Brandon, I appreciate your time and your energy. Thanks for loving me the way you do. I love it. Yes, mebylee.com. If you want to buy stuff, please buy stuff. Just know it's not going to be any more after you buy it. If you're checking out on socials, it's Miss AD Lee on Instagram or me_by_Lee on Instagram. And you'll see me next week at the Cuffed or Curved premiere. I had a lovely opportunity to be on that dating show. And then after that, just keep your eyes peeled for everything that I do, because it's a party over here.
For sure. All right. For sure. Again, shout out Bufaro. Tose Visuals. Cuff the Curve premiere event next week. Check the Eventbrite. Check the link in damn near everybody's bio.
Yeah.
We there. Drip Coffee, 8 o'clock. Be there or watch us August 1st, part 1. Who want to go first? Bobby?
Go ahead.
All right. Anime and video games are life. Shout out to my kings and queens out there. Keep striving to be excellent because y'all already are. Shout out to the fans, supporters, and the listeners. Anybody who gave a like, share, follow, comment, all that. We love y'all because there's no us without y'all. There's no comfort in your growth zone. There's no growth in your comfort zone. So if it don't scare you, get out your comfort zone and grow. And last but not least, you can make millions or you can make excuses. You can't do both.
Facts.
Say that. Put that on a t-shirt.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
I'll buy 3.
Hey. So
I gotta shout out my Uncle Phil for that one. That wasn't even my own. That wasn't my own saying. I had to shout out my Uncle Phil.
Facts.
Hey, listen. Self-improvement is the key. I'll say it again. Self-improvement is the key. Always be trying to get to the best version of yourself. Those that say you can't or you won't are just afraid of the fact that you will. And lastly, you might want to wipe front to back.
Facts. Alicia, do you have?
That's what? That is cardinal law. Who is out here wiping back to front?
Hey,
you never know.
You'd be surprised. You might have to tell some people.
Common sense ain't so common.
Ooh, I got these fresh wipes in case. Total Fresh Body Cooling Cloths. I'm gonna keep them up for a sponsorship. No, you can. My tagline will be you can. You're kings and queens, especially the Black people out there that are listening, the Black and brown folks. And you belong everywhere. You belong in every space, every conversation that you've earned.
I'm with it.
I
like it. So for me, of course, no one wants what no one wants. When the facts change, I reserve the right to change my mind. Education is elevation. United we bargain, divided we settle. Focus on your account, not your edges. And as always, every conversation that's normal is not a normal conversation. For our Saturday people, thank y'all for joining us for another live episode. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Cincinnati Music Fest is going on right now for anybody in the city. I know they was showing out last night. I was Ubering. They were showing the fuck out last night. Asses was out, titties was out, uncles was out.
Was the Hoochie Daddies out?
The Hoochie Daddies was out. I saw a gang of niggas that looked like the Isley brothers. So everybody is out. Everybody's having a good time. I love seeing our city be in our city. Every time we throw something that has Cincinnati in front of it, the city shows the fuck out. So I do appreciate seeing that. I'm starting to get to the age to where I appreciate my city a little bit more than I used to. So, but yeah, enjoy your weekend. At the beginning of the week, as always, do something productive. It does not have to come of monetary gain, but do something to make your life a little bit easier.
Sure.
Oh, Demontre got a tagline for us. Plan your work, then work your plan.
Okay.
My father always told me that. I like that.
Hey,
that's a great one.
Based on Mr. Ronnie.
Plan your work, then work your plan. I like it, Demontre.
That's a good one.
Shout out to your pops. For my Wednesday folks, y'all have a good Wednesday. Have a good hump day. Hump something if you fucking can. And we fucking out of here. We a holla. You ain't got to drop Alishia to keep us together afterwards. We holla at y'all.